It's time for Yankton Bucks football on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton Streaming on YouTube. Brought to you by our corporate sponsor, First Dakota National Bank of Yankton, and the following Sportscaster Club members: Midwest Insurance Agency, Murph's Appliance, Yankton Thrive, Stockman's Motorsports, Les Schwab Tires, MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency, Linda's Angel Crossing, Hy-Vee, Boss's Pizza and Chicken, Vichy, Elwood Dental, Raven Books, Floortech Cleaning and Restoration, Angela's Mexican Store, Yankton Rexall, KFC Taco Bell, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Dragonfly, Slumberland, Larry's Heating and Cooling, America's Best Realty, Larson Carpet, Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, Kaiser Heating and Cooling, Yankton Medical Clinic, All Seasons Power Sports, Wentz and Ray Funeral Home and Cremation Service, JR's Oasis, Intech Cleaning and Restoration, The Bone Setter, Kalen's Indoor Comfort, Triple Time Rudy's, Farmers Union Insurance, Meridian Photo, Ram Tire, Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts Yankton, and H&H Roofing. Now to the field with the voice of Bucks football, Zac Spear.
Hello and welcome to Crane-Youngworth Field in Yankton, South Dakota, where the Bucks host the T-Area Titans on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton Streaming on YouTube. I'm Zac Spear, joined by TJ Stotes, owner of the Bone Setter in Yankton, former Bucks football player, as we've got a great game on our hands tonight. All Yankton athletics are brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey with 2 locations, downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. We're nearing the end of the season, and the playoff picture is starting to come together. Now, AA has been like the Wild West this year, and as unpredictable as it's been in quite some time. Both the Bucks and Titans come into this game with a record of 5-2, with the Bucks in second in the standings, T-Area in fourth. This game feels huge for each side for standings when the season does come to an end. The top 2 seeds will receive home field advantage until the Dome if they keep winning. The top 4 seeds get 1 guaranteed home playoff game. And again, with how crazy AA has been this year, these teams are going to want to play the big games at their own home field. Yankton coming off a victory over Brookings 14-7, and T-Area just lost to Watertown 7-15. A look inside this year's numbers: Yankton scoring 32.7 points per game, the most in AA. T-Area at 19.7 points per game. And another big difference in the points allowed per game: Yankton allowing 24 points per game. T-Area allows only 11.1 points per game, which is the lowest in AA. Yankton's average game, they win by 8.9 points. T's average game, they win by 8.6 points. Both teams have gotten the job done throughout the year on their way to 5 wins each. They've done this, though, opposite of how the others done it. For Yankton, they come in as the highest scoring team in AA while still giving up a good amount of points. T-Area, on the flip side, scores only a 19.7 points per game, but their defense is giving up the least amount of points per game in AA. These are the type of games you hope to have at the end of the season. Does it get any better than this? When Yankton has possession, this game could be as good as they get. The number 1 offense taking on the number 1 defense. Which side will get the edge tonight? A look at the similar matchups that both teams have played this year. They both took on Huron. Yankton beat them by 17. Huron lost by 16. Against Douglas, they both won big time. Yankton winning 63-6. T-Area won 38-6. Against Watertown, Yankton defeated them 52-26. T-Area lost to them 15-7. And against Brookings, Yankton won 14-7. T-Area beat them 20-0. Again in the standings, Yankton number 2, T-Area number 4, as we should be in for a good game. Again, the Bucks coming off a victory over the Brookings Bobcats. It's time for the highlights of that game, brought to you by Larson Carpet, the best flooring for your space, lifestyle, and budget. Bobcats, they'll let it bounce at the 1. It stays in bounds where they have to pick it up. Yankton an opportunity. They swarm the return man. He's brought down around the 2-yard line. Bestie, they'll take the snap. They want to throw this one, though. Bestie's going to roll out on the far side of the field. Fires across his body. That one caught. First down, Yankton. Ortiz's kick looks on. Bounces off the crossbar and in. Has a clean pocket, but still decides to roll out on the far side. Fires at this one, caught. Carter Boomsma has it, dives forward to the 42-yard line. First down, Yankton. 39-yard attempt, 3 yards longer The kick is up after a good hold, and this one through and good. 2nd and 10 here from their own 20-yard line. The bad snap, and now facing pressure, a swarm of defenders will bring Huntimer down behind the line, but they'll certainly take a 3rd and long. Huntimer again dropping back to pass. He's brought down by the Yankton defense. Back-to-back sacks. 3 receivers to the left, Eidsness to the right. Vesti looks to Eidsness. Eidsness wide open, catches it. 1st down, Yankton. Tate Vesti from the shotgun immediately rolls out of the pocket. Follow his blocks, looking for anything, fires it to the end zone. That one caught. Owen Eidsness, touchdown Yankton. The snap here, they look to throw it. Vesti tucks it in, runs it himself, and it looks like he's got enough. He's in for 2. He'll catch the football at his own 44. He'll get a first opportunity for a return. Reverses side of the field, gets across the midfield. Up to the 40-yard line of the Bobcats. He's forced out of bounds. 2 receivers on each side now. A delayed handoff. Jason Logic, all the room in the world to run. Gets up to the 40-yard line off of a duo of field goals and then a touchdown and 2-point conversion. Huntimer faces pressure right away. Brought down and thrown down for a sack. 31 yards total. Another handoff. This time the Yankton defensive line gets through in a loss with Jay Harris as the fullback. Eidsness gets it. Met in the backfield. He'll lose yards on 1st down. Again, those are your highlights brought to you by Larson Carpet. Ahead of this matchup, I got a chance to talk with both head coaches. Brady Muth, as always, for the Bucks, and Scott Fry of the Titans. First up, we'll listen to that chat with head coach Scott Fry of the T-Area Titans. Hello and welcome to our Coaches Conversations. I'm Zac Spear, and now joining me is head coach Scott Fry of the T-Area Titans. Coach, how are you doing today?
Oh, good.
Great to hear, and your team with a 5-2 record. Could you tell me about your season so far?
Well, it's kind of been up and down. We kind of tell the kids that we could be pretty good if the right team shows up every day, but every week. But then there's a couple of weeks where we seem to struggle. So I don't know how that works, but they are 14 to 17-year-old kids. So I guess that's one of the things as coaches we got to figure out how to get the consistency out of them.
And you talk about the ups and the downs. Looking at the numbers, it seems one of the ups is your defense, giving up only 11 points per game. That is the least given up in all of AA. Could you tell me about that side of the ball and how they've contributed to wins this year?
Yeah, we're pretty athletic on the defensive side. We may not be as big as some of the offensive lines we see, but our athleticism, I think, has kind of been our saving grace there. And you talk about points. If you think about it, we've probably given up 2 pick sixes and 2 fumble returns for a touchdown, a pick six for a touchdown. So the defense has really only given up a lot less than what the points say. So they've been playing fantastic. And
then to the offensive side, what are the strengths of that side?
Well, our line started. We've been starting 3 sophomores all year at the offensive line, so they're finally coming in their own. When we take care of the ball and keep ahead of the chains, offense has been pretty consistent as far as running the ball. We've never been a real prolific passing team, but when things are going well, we can use that when we need to. So we just need to not turn the ball over and stay ahead of the chains.
Coming up, you travel to Yankton to take on the Bucks. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
It's become a pretty good rivalry, I think. I think if you ask the Yankton coaches, they'll say the same thing. We know they're going to play fast, and that's a tough thing to get ready for, prepare for. They know we're going to try to run the ball. They're going to try to stop that, and we're going to try to stop their run, and may the best team win. It's kind of the way that's been since we moved up to AA.
Should your team come out on top, what are going to be the keys to victory?
No turnovers, ball control. This time of year, like I told guys this week, our best defense this week is a good offense that's going to stay on the field and keep them from going as fast as they want to and creating havoc.
And so who are a few players on your team who have been leading the way this year?
Defensively, our defensive ends are both pretty good. Chase DeBoer and Bilas, they're pretty good. Offensively, Cody Peterson, one of our offensive line, he's a 3-year starter at tackle. He's been pretty good. Brenner Conrad's been hurt, so unfortunately he'd be a leader if he was there. But we don't really have a go-to guy on offense. Griffin Liebig has been our leading receiver, but our offense is designed around let's spread the ball around and have multiple people contribute. So we don't really have that one go-to guy.
And as we near the playoffs, before the season, was there any goals you set for this team?
Well, our goal is to play as far in November as we can. If that means the Dome, that means the Dome. If that means first round, that means first round. But of course, everybody's goal is to play in the Dome. But that's everybody's goal going into the season. So that's still our goal. I mean, the third season starts here in a couple of weeks. I mean, I told the kids last week the regular football season is kind of split into three halves, so three parts. You've got the first half, second half of the postseason. Once postseason comes, everybody's 0-0.
And now this game, both teams with a 5-2 record. Feels like a win in this game could lead to a top 2 seed. What would it mean to you to have one of those top 2 seeds?
Well, you want to play at home as much as possible. I mean, it's as much parity as there is Double-A this year. I don't know 1, 2, 3, or 4 if that makes a difference. I mean, no matter where you play, you're going to be playing a tough game. So I think parity in Double-A is as good as it's been in years. So, yeah, it'd be nice to host as much as you can. So, yeah, 1 or 2 would be the best.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time. We'll see you in Yankton shortly.
All right, thank you.
Again, that was head coach Scott Fry of the T-Area Titans on our Coaches Conversations. We'll return in just a moment with our chat with Bucks head coach Brady Muth, all on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube. And back here at the field at Crane-Youngworth, it is senior night as you see all of the seniors lined up on the sideline here as you watch this on Yankton Streaming on YouTube as the clock hits 25 at the field, and that's about when the senior recognition night is to take place as the football players and the cheerleaders, all seniors, quite a lengthy line, and 30 total seniors being recognized here tonight. The parents all getting involved too, with the dads getting a Bucks football and the moms getting a rose. We'll list off all of these senior football players. They include Owen Eidsness, Carter Boomsma, Easton Feeser, Liam Villanueva, Talon Kenny, Tate Bestie, Edley Amaro Jr., Cale Hazelhorst, Abe O'Brien, Gavin Johnson, Braylon Hoover, Jay Sedlacek, Brennan Gilmore, Jolton Reimnitz-Hahn, Kylan O'Connor, Kevin Ortiz Alonzo, Chase Platt, Jose Martinez, Riley Mortensen, Drace Gaskins, Austin Stokes, Peyton Eustace, Jacob Bivens, William Rounds, and William Guzman-Ugofsky to round off those seniors. Again, 25 Buck football players I counted are seniors, and a lot of them are names that we say quite frequently. Again, all of the players being recognized here at Crane-Youngworth, with the dads getting a football and the moms getting the rose. TJ, we're coming off a game in which the Bucks won kind of a rock fight against Brookings. It was 14-7, a close one, but not points were a premium in that game. What did you see in that one, and what would you like to see the Bucks improve upon from that game into this week?
Well, last week we saw the defensive line really shine for us. They did a fantastic job of stopping things that they have struggled with a little bit during the season. And coming in tonight, they're going to have to play a really strong game once again. What we need to do this week that we didn't do last week is start out fast offensively. If we want to beat the best defense out there, we're going to have to start fast.
And that's, you mentioned not starting out fast. They started with the 2 field goals to get things started. In our highlights, we showed both those field goals. And usually, if you're showing field goals in a highlight reel, it means it was probably a little bit of a slower game. But, you know, we do love to give some love because it is a very important position. Kevin Ortiz scoring 6 points in that one for the Bucks in a game where they won by 7. So very important. The stats from that game against Brookings. As a team, they had 9 penalties, 49 yards that cost them. Rushing the football, Jay Sedlacek, 25 carries for 84 yards. Tate Bestie, 6 carries, had 7 yards and a 2-point conversion. Now, 3 of those rushing attempts were quarterback kneels, so of course that's going to hurt the average a little bit, but when in victory formation, you don't really care about the stats. Tegan LaCroix got 1 rushing attempt, 4 yards it went, and Owen Eidsness also 1 carry for 4 yards. Throwing the football, Tate Bestie went 14 for 21, 100 yards flat, and 1 touchdown. Catching the football, Owen Eidsness, 5 receptions, 36 yards, and 1 touchdown. Cale Hazelhorst, 4 receptions for 29 yards. Jay Sedlacek had a catch for 4 yards. Carter Boomsma, 2 receptions for 18 yards. And Tegan LaCroix, 2 receptions for 13 yards. And in a game that was dominated by special teams and defense of the Bucks, Edley Amaro Jr. had a sack, Tegan LaCroix had a sack, and Gavin Johnson had a sack. And really only one of those sacks, it was Edley Amaro's, where it was a single Bucks defender getting in there for the sack. But both the sacks by Gavin Johnson and Tegan LaCroix, it was a group effort. And we really saw a impressive performance from that defensive front of the Bucks in that game, TJ. When your defensive line is getting pressure like that and not allowing anything from the run game, you're going to win a lot of football games.
That's right. We always talk about defense is what wins games. And last week, that certainly was the truth.
And now for the Bucks, after a loss against Sturgis, they then came back to beat Brookings. A look at the media football polls here, as Yankton has shot back up in each of them. For the South Dakota Media Prep poll in AA, Huron sits at number 1, and they're going to be at number 1 until they lose. Yankton has moved from 4th back into 2nd. Pierre moved from 5th into 3rd. Spearfish, who was receiving votes, now in the 4 spot. And T-Area, who the Bucks host tonight, from the 2nd seed fell to the 5th seed after a loss to Watertown. Also receiving votes, Sturgis, Watertown, and Brookings. For the South Dakota Power 5 poll, Huron remains atop at number 1. Yankton was 3rd. Now they are in 2nd. Pierre T.F. Riggs jumped from 5th to 3rd. Spearfish was not ranked, is now 4th. And Sturgis Brown, who was 2nd, now is dropped to 5th. Also receiving votes on the South Dakota Power 5 poll is T-Area, Watertown, and Brookings. We'll continue our pregame show. I did mention how I got a chance to talk with head coach Brady Muth. We'll take a break, and then when we return, that chat with Coach Muth coming up on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton Streaming on YouTube.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
For whatever plumbing needs that come your way, trust your local guys at Pfeiffer Plumbing and Heating of Yankton. Leaky faucets, boilers, or anything in between. Rest assured, it'll get done the right way. Looking for new plumbing? You got it. Pfeiffer Plumbing and Heating takes care of residential and commercial, from houses to hospitals to banks. Pfeiffer Plumbing and Heating of Yankton takes away the stress and provides great results. Locally owned and operated, and proud to support Yankton Athletics.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small, just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
Triple Time Rudy's on the corner of 16th and Broadway, Yankton. Stop in and check out their wide variety of items. Grab some snacks, whether you want chips, popcorn, or something sweet, they have it. Ice cold beverages, or when you need that boost in the morning, coffee. You can also grab the best locally produced meats, meat sticks, and cheeses in the area. Guaranteed fresh. For those hot days, grab a Freezy too. Get all your car needs and 5 cents off a gallon when using cash. All at Triple Time Rudy's, Yankton.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team, fixing pickles since 1984.
The Bonesetter Chiropractic, Yankton. I'm Dr. TJ Stotes. When you need chiropractic, we're here. We use a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, and state-of-the-art examination techniques. We're happy to offer exercise and supplement advice as well. The Bonesetter Chiropractic, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, Yankton. Call or text 605-401-5701. Bringing you comfort when there's discomfort.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Back on our coaches' conversations, now chatting with head coach Brady Muth. Coach, your team coming off a 14-7 win over the Brookings Bobcats. Tell me what you thought about that game.
Thought it was, we won the game in the style that it dictated. The game was going to be played a certain way, and you got to tip your cap to Brookings for putting together a good game plan and sticking to it and playing a really good football game. I was just really proud of our guys for doing what they needed to do to find a way to win a football game, whether it was special teams or defense or offense. I thought we played complementary football and did what we needed to do to get the job done.
Your defense was lights out this game, especially in the first half, in which they only gave up 1 first down, allowed 1 completion, and gave up under 10 net yards when including yards lost on sacks. What was it that was working so well on that side of the ball?
It was just a much more physical brand of football that we were playing, and it's going to have to be that way this week too. It's that game scheme-wise, I thought we had a good scheme both offensively and defensively, but especially on defense, you saw the level of physicality that our guys played with, and it really changed the way the football game was played. It had nothing to do with scheme. It had everything to do with the way our guys were playing.
And on top of that, special teams is something you've mentioned you value just as much as offense and defense, and they really made their mark on that game. Yeah,
I thought special teams, and again, at this point in the season, you have to have good special teams because every facet of the game is a competitive edge somewhere, and so if you leave a stone unturned, you're going to have to deal with that down the road somewhere, and I think our special teams right now are playing at a real high level. I love what Coach Hale does with our guys. Liam was our player of the game that game just because of the way he executed, and field position was such a big part of that game. It's not typically something we worry too much about, but in a game like that where time is at a premium and points are at a premium, field position really matters. And so to have Liam execute that way, and all of our special teams, because it's not just one guy, it's the coverage unit and the return unit and all of those guys, I thought they did a really good job of working and getting the job done as a unit.
Coming up, you take on the T-Area Titans. Both teams a 5-2 record. Your thoughts on this matchup?
It's going to be a physical game. This will be the most physical game that we'll play all year, and we have to be aware of that, and we have to be ready to play a game that way. And there's going to be opportunities there because they play an aggressive man-on-man defense, but if you're not physical, you don't get a chance to take advantage of those opportunities. And so both offensively and defensively, we have to be physical and we have to play assignment-sound football, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
And this feels like a game that might determine who gets a top 2 seed come playoffs. How important is it to get one of those 2 top seeds?
I would tell you typically, it's those top two positions are really, really important. I don't know this year if it's going to matter all that much. I don't know. And I know we have a great home field advantage and we want it, but I also think that any Friday anybody could win. And so, I think when you get to the playoffs especially, it's always a toss-up. But this year there's so much parity in AA football that I think it's going to be wide open. And while that's important, that is not what we are thinking about right now. We can't afford to think about that right now. We've just got to worry and focus about beating T this Friday.
And you mentioned their defense playing man-to-man. What do you expect to see from them on the flip side on offense?
On offense, they're going to run the football. They're another, it's a real similar, brand of football that they play, similar to Brookings. They do it a little bit differently, but on offense, they'll get into some spread sets, but they really butter their bread running in between the tackles and having their quarterback under center. They've got a really good, double wing game, and they run triple option real well. It creates a lot of assignment issues that we have to make sure that we're on top of things if we're going to have success on defense.
And who are a couple of players on their team that you're keeping an eye on?
number 15 is there. He played quarterback for him for a while, and he's moved back to fullback, and he's just a really big, strong, physical kid. The other kid that is really, really good. He's one of the better players in the state. Is their defensive end, number 51, DeBoer. He plays with a high motor. He's got a bad attitude, and I mean that in the most complimentary way possible. He's just a throwback football player that is good against the run and good against the pass, and so. But they've got a lot of guys. That team is made up. What makes that team special is they're all real similar and they're all real physical, and the stars that they have out there shine. But it's definitely a team effort when they have success.
Thanks for the time as always, Coach. Should be a great game. Go Bucks.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Go Bucks.
Again, that was head coach Brady Muth of the Yankton Bucks on our Coaches Conversations. When we return, a great matchup between Yankton and T Area. All here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton Streaming on YouTube.
Authentic Mexican food goods with the family touch is here in Yankton at Angela's Mexican Store. From fresh produce and meats to the spices and the snacks you miss from home. Traveling or just moved? No problem. They accept money from many different countries. Check out the different kinds of money on the wall. Family owned, family loved. They treat you like family. Angela's Mexican Store, where culture meets community. Stop in today.
Hi, it's Linda at Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. Ladies, come into the store for all your new fall clothing needs. There's Tribal, there's Lulu Bee, Ethel, and Southern Lady. The nursery has everything you need for gift giving, baptism, copper pearl bibs, magnetic sleepers, swaddlers, toddlers, clothing, and boys and girls Under Armour to size 7. Don't forget toys and little golden books. Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton.
Les Schwab Tires, located at 2809 Broadway in Yankton. It's the place to buy tires with all different tread types to fit your needs and rims ready to make your vehicle shine. Not only do they sell tires, they fix them too. Flats, brakes, alignments, and more. You can feel confident that your car will be taken care of. No waiting for your tires, they should have them in stock. If you're looking for tractor or semi-tires, those are available too. Les Schwab Tires, where the sign says it all.
MT and RC Smith Insurance has been a part of the Yankton community since 1949. Our agency would love to help you with your home, auto, business, life, and long-term care insurance needs.
We take pride in providing you with quality service when you have a claim or need to make changes to your coverage.
The MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency is flexible to meet with you in person or at the office at 204 West 4th Street. Give them a call for insurance changes, payments, claims, or service requests.
And here on the field, you just heard the Yankton High School Pep Band playing your national anthem. As we're getting going a little bit early here on the field today, the teams both on the field. Yankton Bucks wearing their home red jerseys trimmed down in white with red helmets. On the flip side for the T-Area Titans, all white jersey and pants trimmed out in their navy blue with navy blue helmets as well. It's now time for your starting lineups, brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. For all your heating and cooling needs, it's Larry's Heating and Cooling. Anytime, any day. As we do it every time, the offense of the visiting team and the defense of the home team. We'll start with the offense of the T-Area Titans. With the big guys up front in the center, number 78, it's Trey Krell. To the left side at guard, number 75, Dawson Bunkowski. At tackle on the left side, number 53, Kingston Nyberg. To the right side of the line, number 58 at guard, Gavin Stonke. And at tackle, number 76, Cody Peterson. The receivers for T-Area are number 5, Caden Bonenberger. Number 10, Griffin Wiebinga. The fullback, number 28, Hayden Belos. The 2 running backs set for T-Area, number 25, Carter Brown, and number 23, Cade Korleski. And behind center, the quarterback, number 1, is Dashel Lowry. Again, the 2 running backs and a fullback setup for T-Area. They like running the wishbone setup with a running back on each side of Dashel Lowry. Gives them kind of a triple option of who they want to give the ball to. They're going to be running the football a lot. And this Bucks defense has to be ready. Your starters on the Bucks defense, starting at the strong safety, number 16, it's Tegan LaCroix. At free safety, number 14, Cale Hazelhorst. The cornerback duo made up of number 1, Carter Boomsma, and number 15, Miles Drotzman. The 2 inside linebackers, number 33, Chase Platt, and number 3, Easton Feezer. The defensive ends for the Bucks, number 9, Talon Kenny, and number 11, Edley Amaro Jr. At nose tackle, number 64, Drace Gaskins. At defensive tackle, number 94, William Guzman Ugofsky. And the rover defender for this Bucks defense, number 21, Gavin Johnson. Again, those are your starters, brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. Again, TJ, we've got the number 1 offense here tonight taking on the number 1 defense. Does it get any better than that?
It's about the best you can ask for coming down to the end of the season, especially when these 2 teams are looking to shore up their playoff position.
And as we kind of mentioned, the winner of this game has a really good chance at a top 2 seed. It doesn't establish it. It doesn't guarantee it. But for Yankton right now, they sit at number 2 in the standings in seed points, and they've got over 1 full seed point over Pierre in the 3 spot. A win here against a 5-2 T-Area team is going to give them a lot of seed points, and they play Mitchell next week. That would be to clinch the number 2 seed. A look at other games around the state in AA. Mitchell takes on the number 1 ranked Huron Tigers. Mitchell at 1-6, Huron 6-1. This should be a good one. Both teams receiving votes. Watertown hosts Sturgis Brown. Brookings, who we saw here last week in Crane-Youngworth, hosting the Douglas Patriots. Brookings receiving votes with a 3-4 record. Douglas looking for that first win as they're 0-7. Of course, here tonight could be game of the week. Number 5 ranked T-Area in Yankton to take on the Bucks, who are number 2 ranked and 2nd in the standings, both a 5-2 record. Another great game, Spearfish against Pierre TF Riggs at Lyle Hare Stadium. Pierre's the 3rd ranked team, Spearfish the 4th ranked team. Pierre with a 4-3 record, Spearfish a 5-2 record. That is a game to keep an eye on, as those teams are also going to be fighting, trying to get a top 2 seed here in AA. And then Aberdeen Central, the final AA team, will take on the number 2 ranked AAA team, Sioux Falls Lincoln. Sioux Falls Lincoln 6-1, Aberdeen Central 2-5, and they're going to have quite a battle on their hands, as Sioux Falls Lincoln, we've seen them play, and they are a very good football team. It's like when we saw Yankton take on Harrisburg. That class difference is there for a reason. Those Sioux Falls teams, they can be very tricky, but the Bucks here, they host T-Area in a game that almost feels like a must-win for these 2 teams. A huge one here on our hands tonight at Crane-Youngworth. Again, the captains will meet out at center field for the coin toss, and the starters in this one for T-Area, the captains of the teams, number 15, Brenner Conrad for T-Area, number 25, Carter Brown, number 51, Chase DeBoer, and number 76, Cody Peterson. As always, for the Bucks, their captains are Tate Bestie, Owen Eidsness, Peyton Eustace, Cale Hazelhorst, and Easton Feezer, who it's great to see back out on the field. The captains have met at the Yankton Y, the number 1 ranked offense against the number 1 ranked defense. We're in for a great game here tonight. TJ, when you're going up against arguably the best defense in all of AA, how do you try and get the ball rolling early?
Well, a lot of times I think you'll see teams come out and try to run. Of course, Coach Booth has proved us wrong when we've guessed that in the past. I think tonight we'll see them really try to keep T off balance. They might go back and forth between the run and the pass very quickly.
And speaking of a chance for a quick start, T area has won the coin toss. They have deferred, so they'll receive the second half kickoff. We'll see the Yankton Bucks offense on the field for the first time. And while we gave you the starting lineup for the Bucks defense, let's get to the offense, who will be on the field in just a moment. In center, number 65, Ben Bullman. To the left side of the line at tackle, number 66, Austin Conway. The guard alongside him, number 56, Riley Mortensen. Over to the right side at guard, number 77, Peyton Eustace. And to round off the Bucks starting offensive line at right tackle, number 64, Drace Gaskins. At H-back is number 11, Edley Amaro Jr. Running back, number 24, Jay Sedlacek. The wide receivers made up of Abe O'Brien, number 17, and Cale Hazelhorse wearing 14. In his slot receiver position, number 0, Mr. Reliable, Owen Eidsness. And behind center for the Bucks, as always, is senior, number 10, Tate Bestie. Both teams are on the field here at 6:59 at Crane-Youngworth. Game time just moments away as we load up the Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard on Yankton Streaming on YouTube. If you would like to watch this game live, it's Yankton Streaming on YouTube, and it should be a great one here. Set back to return for the Bucks, Tegan LaCroix and Owen Eidsness. As the Bucks, you'd love to see an immediate score to get the ball rolling against this really tough T-area defense. The kick is up, and this game has officially started. This one caught around the 12-yard line by Tegan LaCroix, crosses the 20, tries to get to the far side of the field, breaks the first tackle. He's pushed out after the 30-yard line, and a decent return for the Bucks, and good starting field position right away. And TJ, that's kind of the name of the game of what we saw last week.
The good starting position is just a great field position to have some room to do a few things on offense. Last week we saw where Yankton was pinning them deep, and they just had nowhere to go. So to start out past the 30 is a nice position to be in.
And the kicker for T-area is Cameron Hillestad. As the Bucks' first offensive set here from their own 31. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun works Tate Bestie. Hits Sedlacek out of the backfield near the sideline. Gets stood up at about the 37-yard line. A pickup of about 6 or so. And a nice start here for this Bucks offense, who looks to move it quickly, as always. They'll give him credit for a 5-yard pickup. So Tate Bestie, his first completion of the night, it goes to Jay Sedlacek. And you like to see them get a completion right away. Up the middle goes Jay Sedlacek. A flag will fly on the play as Sedlacek makes his way up to the 40-yard line. Usually in situations like these, it goes against the offense. We'll see the official call here. And TJ, I like that they got the ball out quick. Get a completed pass for Tate Bestie right away against a tough defense. You know, just get the ball moving a little bit there.
And when they went with a quick hitting pass followed up by a fast run, both getting 5 yards, that's great to see.
And it will go against Yankton. It's a 5-yard penalty, which will push them back, and that'll make it 2nd and 10 here as a 5-yard penalty.
Penalty brings the ball back to the 31, 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 here for this Bucks offense. Back to their 31, which is where they started with the possession here. Tate Bestie with a trio of receivers to the right. Drops back, looks to throw it deep this time. Carter Boomsma's open. It's caught at the 40-yard line. Carter Boomsma dragged down finally at the 29. A huge play right away for this Bucks offense, and it's exactly what you like to see them get started here.
Great pass there, excellent placement, but that might have been better concentration on Boomsma's part as that went right through the hands of the defender.
A 40-yard pickup into the hands of Carter Boomsma here as you watch the Yankton-Winnelson replay on Yankton Streaming on YouTube. Bestie, a quick fire. This one caught. Abe O'Brien shoved out of bounds at the 21-yard line. A nice pickup on first, and Yankton moving the ball with ease right now.
You asked what it was going to take to get started quickly. This is exactly what we were looking for.
An 8-yard pickup there from Tate Bestie to Carter Boomsma. Bestie now 3 for 3 in this game, 53 yards. 2nd and 2 here for the Bucks, moving the ball on T-Area's 21-yard line. Three receivers again to the right side. Bestie looks that way. Carter Boomsma is wide open. Just a missed throw there. Falls incomplete. Third down on the way. TJ, I think if that one had been better placed, Boomsma might have had enough time to turn around and bring that one all the way in for a touchdown.
He just had one defender to beat, and he had that entire side of the field to himself.
Boomsma, a shifty player. He already has a catch for 40 yards and a big play in this one. 3rd and 2 here for the Bucks. They work it from T area's 21-yard line. A strong set in the backfield as Sedlacek gets it, charges forward. He's right next to the first down yardage. We'll see if they give him, or it'll be 4th and inches. They need about 2 inches as Jay Sedlacek, his first carry, gets 1. And Yankton looks like there's no doubt about it. They're going to go for it here. 10-15 to play in the first quarter. No score, but Yankton moving the football well. A 4th down opportunity here. They need to pick this one up. T-Area's defense, though, not easy to work against. From the shotgun is showing sign of blitz as T-Area. Sedlacek easily gets the first down, falls forward to the 15-yard line, and it's a pickup of 5 yards for Sedlacek, and the Bucks move the chains. TJ, as a former offensive lineman, you've got to love the space he had to run there.
Well, they did a fantastic job on that play, and they surged, pushing that defensive line back, so there was no question he was getting the first down.
Empty backfield for Besta here. Fires it across. That one caught Talon Kenny. He'll pick up a 2. Great tackle on the play by T-Area. That'll make it 2nd and 8. But Talon Kenny, a catch in this game. And if you'd have told me Talon Kenny was going to get a catch in the game before Owen Idnes, I don't think I would have believed you. Yankton the short pickup now. Sedlacek back in the backfield here with Tate Bestie. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. A passing play here as Bestie fires it deep. That one way over the head of Owen Idnes falls incomplete. So Bestie now 4 for 6 throwing the football as a 3rd and long situation here for the Bucks. And T-Area, again, their defense outside of that 40-yard play has played well in this one, but Boomsma just got behind the defender on that 40-yard pickup. Into motion goes Sedlacek. Flag will fly. That's going to be an illegal motion, pushing the Bucks back 5 yards. 3rd and 14 coming up. And it does go against Yankton as 3rd and 14. And TJ, this is kind of what we saw to the first drive of them last week against Brookings, and it forced them to punt. Now here in field goal position, but it could cost a touchdown. A tight bunch of receivers to the left side here for Tate Bestie. Sedlacek in the backfield as the running back. Owen Idnes will shift to the right side as dropping back. Tate Bestie fires it deep. Owen Idnes is who he wants. It's caught! Touchdown, Yankton!
I think they're calling out of bounds.
And I think you're right, TJ. Thought he got those feet in. They're going to say an incomplete pass. And scratch that excitement for the Bucks. No touchdown. They'll try the field goal here instead. As from the 26-yard line, Tegan LaCroix will hold it. Kevin Ortiz on the field. He went 2 for 2 last weekend, was one of the heroes of the game. Hold and snap is good. Kick is up, and Yankton strikes first with a field goal. Kevin Ortiz puts the Bucks on top. 3-0 your score here for Yankton as they score against this stingy T-Area defense. 9 minutes to play in the first quarter when we return. T-Area on offense for the first time of the night. Coming up on Classic, it's 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube. FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration in Yankton, Mitchell, and Norfolk and surrounding areas is the call you need to make when you need your carpets, ductwork, or a trauma cleanup. With 24-hour emergency services for fire and water, mold mitigation, and reconstruction services for residential and commercial properties. Locally owned and operated at 220 East 3rd Street in Yankton.
When your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech.
3-0 your Bucks lead here with 9 minutes to play in the first quarter over T-Area. One drive that went just under 3 minutes, and that's kind of the usual for Yankton as they take the early lead here over T-Area, who's set to return this one and their first offensive set here. The returners are number 22, Brady Tapia, and number 23, Cade Korleski. Liam Villanueva on the field here for Yankton. Certainly he's got a leg on him. We'll see where the Titans will start with the ball here early in the game. 3-0 on your Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. The Bucks lead. Villanueva trots forward and puts this one into action. This one is going to be caught around the 2-yard line. It's bobbled right away. T-Area now trying to make something happen. Following up at the 8-yard line, that was actually Lucas Randall on the return. And T-Area is going to start from their own 8-yard line. And TJ, it's a team that scores under 20 points per game. This field position certainly is not going to help them.
This is going to be tough for them, and I think we're going to see Yankton defense come out just as strong as they started last week, and we're going to hold them deep here. It's going to be tough for them to get going.
1st and 10 here for T-Area. They did spot the ball at their own 8-yard line. As we mentioned, Yankton's defense just didn't allow anything last week against Brookings. The handoff here on the option, charging forward up to about the 11, maybe 12-yard line. T-Area starts this one off with a run up the middle. On the carry, number 23, that's Cade Korleski. They'll credit him with a pickup of 4 yards. 2nd and 12 on the way.
2nd and 6 from the 12.
Or 2nd and 6. I'm sorry, I read the scoreboard here on the field, and I was looking at where the ball was spotted, the 12-yard line. Excuse me, 2nd and 6. And that's something we're going to see frequently out of T-Area. They are going to try running the ball, and Yankton needs to be prepared to stop it. Dashiell Lowry out of the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to drop back to pass. This one tipped up, falls incomplete. That one knocked up at the line, and it sat up in the air for quite some time. I'm sure for Lowry it felt like it was up there for hours.
And Talon Kenny got a hand on that ball. It went straight up, and he had his hand out. Didn't see the ball. He almost caught it anyway, but it fell incomplete.
3rd and 6 here as now at Crane-Youngworth. They're going to do their normal stomping here. The first 3rd down that this T-Area offense has faced after 1 rushing attempt, 1 passing attempt. Expect that to be heavily favoring the running side of things. Now a fullback as well, and a jump here. Looked like Gavin Johnson maybe jumped off sides, which would make this a 3rd and short. And it will be encroachment. And it's definitely Gavin Johnson there. That one couldn't be much more obvious, TJ. He clearly jumped across, tried getting back, and he was tagged with it. It's the right call, 3rd and 1 now. Yankton with 3 penalties already as we're about 4 minutes into the game. They lead 3-0. T-Area with the football on their own 18-yard line. They need 1 yard now. Another strong formation, the I formation. Right up the middle goes Dashiell Lowry. Dives forward, picks up 2. His first carry of the night is good for a 1st down.
And that's where that penalty comes back to get you. At 3rd and 1, it's a lot easier to run a play like that and get a guaranteed 1st.
And with a team like T-Area who just insists on running the football, that's exactly 3rd and 6. You're feeling pretty good. If you can force them into uncomfortable passing situations, that is how you beat a team like the Titans. And they had them in a 3rd and 6, but that penalty certainly didn't help. So 1st and 10 here for the Titans. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, a fullback and a halfback. Up the middle, it goes to the fullback. He's got plenty of room to run. Up to the 40-yard line, stiff-arming all the Bucks defenders. He's finally brought down at the 41. That is a pickup of 22 on the carry for Hayden Belos. And Belos was one of the few players that Coach Scott Fry told me, keep an eye out. He is going to make a lot of big plays. A big pickup there and a big gain of 22 for T-Area, who's nearing midfield.
And he certainly did have a big play there. I think about 3 Bucks did not complete the tackle they got on him.
And he went about 10 yards before reaching contact, and then they just couldn't bring him down. Dashiell Lowry, that pass completed on the near side. Up across to the 50-yard line, lowering his shoulder there is Cade Korleski. Korleski went out around the 1st down line, and he's got that and an extra 2. A 12-yard pickup from Dashiell Lowry to the hands of Cade Korleski. Again, the first completed pass for T-Area.
1st and 10 from the 47.
Now into Yankton territory. T-Area looking good on offense to start. And this is where you kind of felt Yankton should be able to pretty much hang in there, hold their own against a team that doesn't score too many points. You thought maybe it would be their offense that would struggle more, and it's looking to flip right now. A triple option set here as up the middle, they'll run it to the 45-yard line. On the carry there is Carter Brown. He'll pick up 2, 2nd and 8. Edley with the tackle there as the clock will run. 6:50 to play here in the first quarter. 3-0 the Bucks lead. But right now, T-Area is moving the football well, and the Bucks defense looking for a stop here to try and keep their team on top. Last week, they were the heroes, giving up only 7 points, 1 first down in the first half total. 2nd and 8 here, strong I formation. Dashiell Lowry hands it off up the middle. Up the middle goes Korleski. Korleski's going to pick up a couple, and 3rd and 6 here. This is right where the Bucks had them on that first set of downs. They'd like to not give them 5 yards here. 3rd and 6. Dashiell Lowry's going to be forced with the ball in his hands. Don't be surprised, though, if he rolls out and decides to run it himself. Dashiell Lowry, a heck of an athlete for the Titans. Again, the Yankton crowd getting into it as it's a 3rd down from the Bucks' own 43-yard line. Dashiell Lowry takes a snap. The option flips it out. Carter Brown. Brown met with contact. He's going nowhere, but he's going to drive forward at the 40-yard line is where they'll blow this one dead. On 3rd and 6, it'll make it 4th and a long 2 and a short 3. A pickup of a couple, and they'll give him 3 yards on that one. TJ, I said going nowhere, and as soon as I said that, they started pushing the pile, and I thought I was going to have to eat my words there.
Well, normally we don't see the Bucks give up any yards when they've got 3 or 4 guys already in and standing a guy up, but on that play, that's what happened.
4th and 3, a huge play here. T-Area looks like they want to run it. Another strong formation here. Dashiell Lowry directly under center. Hands it off up the middle, and diving forward is Korleski. Looks like he's short. Only a pickup of 2. He needed 3. That should be a Bucks turnover. Hayden Belos, on the carry. Got 3 on that, so he had 2 rushing attempts, 25 yards, but it ends in a turnover with the Bucks offense taking over, and that is the stop that Yankton defense needed here early on in the game.
Both of those last 2 plays, it looked like they were going left, but there was such good containment on that left end that he had no choice but to go up the middle. Didn't quite get the first down.
For Yankton, 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. A couple of receivers to the left, one to the right. Edley Morrow on the line here. Bestie now facing pressure, just flips the ball out. Ball is loose on the ground, picked up by Yankton. A flag did fly on the play, but this one a loss of maybe 9 yards. A reckless play there, TJ, from Tate Bestie, who flung it out. If they do call it a fumble rather than an incomplete pass, we'll see what the call is here, but either way, it looks like it's not good news for Yankton's offense.
Yankton already backing up as if they know what the call's going to be here.
And the thing is, where they've backed up, that would be a 20-yard loss about where Yankton is huddled up on the field right now. Still awaiting the call, and I'm sure for T-Area they're thinking, are you calling it an incomplete pass or a fumble? If it's a fumble, we don't want the penalty. They lost 9 yards and a down. If they called an incomplete pass, they're probably taking the penalty, and I think that's probably the officials discussing, want to make sure that they've got the right call, and now the umpire to make the call. And so it will be called an incomplete pass. Yankton gets a little lucky on that one, but it is a hold against Yankton to make this 1st and 20. Penalty going against Drace Gaskins, and that is penalty number 4 already against Yankton in this game with 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Out of the shotgun works Bestie. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Jason Lachek in as the running back. He puts this one into the air. Carter Boomsma pulls it in. Boomsma to the 30, the 20. He beat his defender. He'll bring it in for 6. Carter Boomsma, the electric play. A 72-yard touchdown from Tate Bestie into Carter Boomsma, who's already got 110-plus yards and a touchdown. Will you watch that replay? Brought to you by Yankton with Nelson, second generation, family owned and supporting the local community, including Yankton Athletics since 1981. The Bucks lead it 9-0 with Ortiz on for the extra try. TJ, Carter Boomsma simply just outran his defender as the extra point is good, making it 10-0. It wasn't anything special on that play besides, my athlete is better than yours, and I'm just going to throw it up, let him chase it.
A lot of trust there by Bestie and a lot of experience watching these two seniors throw and catch from each other. We've seen that all season long where this group of seniors really has a lot of chemistry.
10-0, the Bucks lead it, 4:54 to play in the first quarter. We'll take one 30-second break. We'll be back in a moment for kickoff. Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts on the corner of 15th and Broadway in Yankton. Your full-service flower and gift store. Beautiful fresh flower arrangements to artificial arrangements. Gifts, sympathy, foodie items to snarky gifts. Stop by and let the gals at Pied Piper give you the personal service you deserve. Brighten your day and head to Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, where you'll find something new every time you go. Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts Yankton, they deliver. 10-0 here, the Bucks lead the T Area Titans, 4:54 to play in the first quarter. This game's been exciting, and it's been all Yankton after the fourth down stop by the Bucks defense. A 72-yard bomb from Tate Bestie to Carter Boomsma, who's already had the best game of his season right now. As this one bounces around the 1-yard line, and they're going to say went out of bounds just before it crossed the pylon into the end zone. TJ, that's going to give starting field position up to the 35-yard line for T Area, but how close was that to getting to the end zone before going out of bounds?
That was within inches of being into the end zone instead of out of bounds.
So it will go out of bounds. Another penalty on Yankton. 15 yards, that'll move up T Area. They'll start from their own 35. Last time T Area had possession, they moved the ball into Yankton territory from their own 8-yard line. They were stopped on a 4th and short right up the middle. They fake it. Edley Amaro gets the sack. Forced a fumble, but Lowry fell back on it. As Edley Amaro comes up with a big stop there, he just shot through. No quarterback stands a chance when the defender's on you that quick, and they're the size and speed of Edley Amaro.
You know, he didn't just shoot through. He took every option of that triple option and stopped them all.
It takes your normal team, it takes 3 defenders to stop a triple option. It takes 1 Edley Amaro for a triple option. 2nd and 16, a loss of 6 here for Dashiell Lowry and this T Area offense. Working from the shotgun here. Flag will fly before, and we might see T Area with their first penalty of the game. Yankton's already picked up 5. We'll await the call, and it does. Neither team has really moved much. T Area is moving back a little, but we'll see what the official call is here as the referees discuss it, now going to the lead umpire. And it is a false start against T Area. Talk about a start, TJ, for Yankton. Both teams 5-2. You know, you think very competitive. Number 1 offense against the number 1 defense. But we've got just over 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. Yankton's already up 10-0. And now T Area with a 2nd and 21 to start their second offensive set. Dashiell Lowry directly under center as Belos, his running back here, takes the snap. And it did hand it off. Yankton's defense sniffed that one out. It went absolutely nowhere. That one was tricky to see. I didn't even see him hand the ball off, TJ. I almost thought it was a direct snap, and I don't think it was Belos. It looked like on the carry. I thought it looked like 29. We don't have 29 on our roster, though.
Well, whoever carried it and however that went, Drace Gaskins was not fooled, and he stopped that play about a yard deep.
So already 5 different players with a recorded carry in this game here for T Area. It is 3rd and 21 as that one went absolutely nowhere. Again, a running back on each side of him. Flag will fly beforehand, and I think we'll see if this is on T Area. It is on T Area, a false start, another 5-yard penalty, and You're probably thinking 3rd and 21, 3rd and 26. At what point is it really too much different? T area has now been moved back to their own 19-yard line. They need to get to the 45-yard line for a first down, TJ. And you've got to think if they want to go for it on 4th down, at least to the 40-yard line. So Yankton just can't give up a huge play here, and they should have the ball back. 3rd and 26. Yankton's defense got to stop last time. We'll see if they can do so again. Lowry with 3 receivers to his right, and now a flag will fly yet again. And I think this one might be on Yankton. No, they'll say it's on T-area again. It's a delay of game. It looked like the official ref on the near sideline looked like he pointed at Yankton, but it's another penalty. This is going to be 3rd and 31. TJ, I think this is the longest situation we've seen yet this year. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Dashiell Lowry's just going to hand it off. Into the hands it goes of Korleski. Korleski's going to pick up a couple, but not too much, and that will be an obvious punt situation as he picks up 1 yard. 4th and 30 here as the punting team will come out. Owen Eidsness now out to return the punt here. He's around midfield for the Bucks. Yankton an opportunity to make this a 3-possession game. And, you know, 3rd and 31, TJ, I don't hate the run up the middle call as that punt nearly blocked. It's a pretty spiral, bounces around the 45, takes a T-area bounce into Yankton territory before it settles around the 42-yard line, and that's where the Bucks offense will take over. But, again, just what an ideal start here for the Bucks tonight.
Couldn't ask for a better start. And the Bucks are not playing scared. They're going out and going right at this strong T defense. You got to hand it to Tate Bestie. He's taken some big shots and made some big plays.
1st and 10 here for Yankton. They'll start on their own 42-yard line. That is where it's spotted. 10-0 here. They lead this one. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Amaro, a tight end here on this play. Jay Sedlacek, the running back, with Tate Bestie out of the shotgun. The snap, and it goes up the middle. Sedlacek drives through what was a small hole, gets up to about the 48-yard line, a pickup of 6 to make it 2nd and 4. And they gave him all the way up to the 49 even to make it 2nd and 3. A good spot there for the Bucks, and a 2nd and short situation here as they are at midfield with 95 seconds to play. Sedlacek once again up the middle, this time met in the backfield, driving, trying to get some yards. Gets back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. But he was met a good yard or 2 behind that original line of scrimmage. We remain at 3 yards to go, but now 3rd down after the 4th rushing attempt for Jay Sedlacek on the night. 3rd and 3 here. T-area's got to be feeling like they need a stop. From the shotgun is Tate Bestie, 2 to the left, 1 to the right for receivers. He rolls out on the near side, across his body, in stride, hits his receiver. It's Cale Hazelhorst up to T-area's 39-yard line, a 12-yard pickup. That's enough for a Yankton Bucks. Cale Hazelhorst, his first catch of the night, and you know who we still have not seen come in with a catch tonight? Owen Eidsness. If that tells you T-area is probably extremely focused on him, and that's why we've seen some big plays elsewhere. Out of the shotgun here, Bestie. 3 receivers to the right. Fires in the middle. Had Boomsma, but just overthrew him. Incomplete, it falls 2nd and 10.
Yankton doing a good job of mixing up passing, sometimes passing with Bestie scrambling, sometimes he's sitting back in the pocket, but then also going back to Sedlacek. Really keeping T off balance right now.
And as you mentioned that, last play on 3rd down, they had him roll out, and that's a bootleg option so that, you know, if it's open to run it. But really, he just threw a perfect pass. Now up the middle here goes Jay Sedlacek, again met in the backfield. He'll lose a yard this time, 3rd and 11. And Yankton again faces a 3rd down situation, but now 11 yards needed for the first down. Right now at the T-area 40-yard line, we'll see what Muth and his squad dial up here. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Edley Amaro could be used as a blocker or a receiver. He'll go out and run a route. Tate Bestie pump fakes, escapes the pocket, fires it at 1 low, incomplete. The intended receiver was Cale Hazelhorst, and after the incomplete pass, 4th and 11, and for the first time we'll see the punting unit for Yankton out on the field. And a no-brainer on the punt situation here for Yankton. If you picked up 6-ish yards, you think 4th and 5 manageable, but can't risk going for it on a 4th and 11 in as big of a game like this. Cameron Hillestad back to return. 2 return men on this punt as Villanueva bobbles it, puts this one up, and it's going to go out of bounds near the 19-yard line. T-Area will take over on offense. 18 seconds to play in the first quarter. We'll see how many plays they can squeeze in. If they run the football, probably our last play coming right up. 1st and 10, and they will spot the football right at the 20-yard line for the Titans. Credit to this Yankton defense, even though T-Area got that big play of 22 yards on that run. They started moving the football well against the Bucks defense, got into Yankton territory, got the stop, and then last possession, a few penalties helped them out as well, but putting T-Area into tough situations as Dasha Lowry under center, a triple option of flag will fly yet again. And a false start signaled. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Titans. And we saw Yankton come out hot with the penalties. They already had 5, and now T-Area's up to 4. 9 first quarter penalties. It's starting to look a little bit like week 1 in Huron, where we nearly had 10 penalties per quarter. I believe it ended somewhere around 37, 38 penalties. And TJ, that was with no penalties in the 4th quarter at all.
It does make for a long night when you're getting penalties at that pace.
Right now, this game about 30 minutes old. Pretty on pace for what a normal football game plays out at. 1st and 15 here for T-Area. They took 1 second off the clock. Again, a fullback and a halfback. Gavin Johnson shot through the line but missed the runner. Now it's up to about the 18-yard line is where they'll get it. A pickup of 4 on the carry. As on the rushing attempt was Cade Korleski. It'll make it 2nd and 11 as we wrap up the first quarter of play here at Crane-Youngworth Field in Yankton. The Bucks lead at 10-0 after 1 quarter of play on our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. The Fox Stop at the corner of West City Limits Road and 30th Street, Yankton. A full-service convenience store with hot food, Godfather's Pizza, personal pizzas, sandwiches, munchies, and beverages. Pay at the pump gas and diesel fuel, firewood, and propane exchange. We'll take a break when we return. 12 minutes left in the half, and the Bucks lead it 10-0 on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Craving something boss-level delicious? Come out to Boss Pizza and Chicken, where flavor meets delicious and delicious meets drooling. Your taste buds won't be the same when you taste the bold flavors of Boss Pizza and Chicken. From crispy chicken to juicy burgers to handcrafted specialty pizzas, Boss has it all. Serving lunch and dinner Monday through Sunday starting at 11 o'clock. That's why they're the boss. Boss Pizza and Chicken, just waiting to crush your cravings.
Back on the field here. Yankton again leads 10-0 over T-Area after our first quarter of play. In this one, Hayden Belos leads the way for the T-Area offense. 3 carries for 23 yards. Cade Korleski, the most attempts, 4 for 11 yards. For Yankton, it's Ben Carter Boomsma, 2 catches, 112 yards, and a touchdown. Of course, with Tate Bessie as well, who's 6 for 11, 138 yards and a touchdown. As now, again, a run up the middle, plenty of room to run, crossing the first down line, breaking tackles up to the 40-yard line. Carter Boomsma and Edley Amaro hop on to Belos, who's brought down around the 43-yard line. A pickup of 24 yards for Hayden Belos, and T-Area is moving the football again. Belos with 2 carries over 20 yards in only 4 attempts. The Bucks need to stop that.
And in both of those carries, he was just running with reckless abandon. You just can't give him very much room, because if he has a yard around him, he's going to stiff arm people and take extra yardage.
So for T-Area, they get a first down to start the second quarter play off of a great run by Hayden Belos. Again, a run up the middle. Ball's on the ground. This one scooped up by Yankton into the hands of the Bucks all the way to the touchdown. Yankton gets the score, 16-0. TJ, I don't think that one was even touched. I think that one was just dropped by Cade Korleski and then scooped up by Easton Feeser for a fumble recovered for a touchdown. Easton Feaser, such a great addition coming back for the Bucks. Wasn't in at the beginning of the season. But again, Cade Korleski just dropped that one and scooped up there by Easton Feaser. No one to beat, 16-0. It has been all Yankton so far as Kevin Ortiz on for the extra point. Flag will fly. We'll start the second quarter how we had a lot of the first quarter. Lots of penalties. This will be penalty number 10. We'll see what the call is here. As of now, score sits at 16-0. This game has just gone totally in Yankton's favor. And now the umpire on the field, looking to make his announcement. And it's an illegal substitution against T area. It'll be half the distance to the goal, and I thought Kevin Ortiz had made the extra point. They must have considered the play blown dead, so Ortiz will have to come out and do it again to make it 17-0. And the kick is up, through, and nearly into the trees. I think that one hit the car parked out there over the fence. 17-0, Yankton leads. It's been all Bucks here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton Streaming on YouTube.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technician.
Kickoff here for Yankton, as this has become quite the theme here for the Bucks, who have scored 3 times already. 11:18 to play in the first half. Plenty of time to play, and it has been all Yankton as T-Area just looking for some kind of answer here tonight at Crane-Youngworth. But TJ, the Bucks have capitalized when needed. They only have 1 punt, and it was no harm, no foul, because they ended up getting a fumble recovered for a touchdown anyways. So we'll pretty much say it's like they've scored every possession.
Oh, they're having a great start to this game, and with 11 minutes, 18 seconds left on the clock for the half, they can't let up now.
Liam Villanueva out on the field yet again for the Bucks. Again, it has been all Yankton here tonight as they have led from start to finish. They scored a field goal on their opening drive and haven't stopped since. This one caught at the 4-yard line for T-Area. Trying the return and going nowhere up to the 17-yard line.
Randall's brought down to the 16-yard line. Brought down by number 2, Ivan Hirschman.
Ivan Hirschman makes the play there, and Yankton special teams, besides the one game where they had multiple blocked punts, outside of that, it has been one of the highlights of this team, and they've been extremely good on special teams. T-Area will start from their own 17-yard line as a receiver wide out to the left here, and they'll hand it off up the middle they go. Korleski does not want to be brought down. A pickup of 10+ for T-Area, and they'll move the chains to the 34. Up to the 34-yard line, a pickup of 17 there. And I got it wrong. It was Hayden Belos again. Right now, he's got 5 rushing attempts. 3 of them have been 17 or more yards. A strong I formation here. They'll give it to the fullback, and that one stopped at the line of scrimmage. T-Area did not have much blocking there, and no chance given for Belos on that one. No pickup. So in 6 carries, 3 have went for 17 or more, 2 have went for 0 yards. So it's either boom or bust right now. It's 2nd and 10 for this Titans offense. Again, far out to the left is Caden Bonenberger. He's got man-to-man coverage with Tegan LaCroix as a play-action attempt here. Dashiell Lowry up the middle. This one caught into the hands of Cade Korleski across midfield. A 17-yard pickup for T-Area. And that's kind of been their offense. You either get no yards or you're picking up the first down and extra. 1st and 10 from the Yankton 49 here for the Titans. The snap here and a handoff up the middle. Belos drives it forward to the 45-yard line, a pickup of 4.
I think that was the first play we've seen him get hit at the line of scrimmage and gain yardage, whereas his other large plays, he's got at least a little bit of room, and once he gets through, he just keeps going.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Ball is spotted at the 45-yard line of Yankton's for T-Area, who moves the ball on offense. 2nd down, Dasha Lowry. That pass well high, falls incomplete. 3rd down here, and a big one for this Bucks defense yet again, who has just forced T-Area into some 3rd and long. 3rd and 6, I should say, has been kind of the common 3rd down yardage needed for the Titans so far in this game, as Miles Drotzman substitutes in for Easton Feeser, as Drotzman has a club on that right hand. Had practice making jokes about we'd love to see a one-handed interception. Up the middle they go. No, they fake it. Dashiell Lowry has it, the 1st down and extra. He'll run out of bounds near the 25-yard line, a pickup of 20 yards for Dashiell Lowry. He fooled everyone in the stadium. I certainly thought he handed that one off. Instead, a pickup of 20 on Lowry's 2nd carry of the night. There it is, TJ, either 20-yard pickup or none. Bucks defense has given up some yards on this drive. T-Area at their 25-yard line. Strong I formation with 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. A little bit of motion before, and I think this one's going 5 yards against T-Area. A false start.
Right now, we sure like to see this Bucks defense stop those big plays. If we could hold them at least to a field goal here, that would really help going into halftime.
That is the 6th penalty now against T-Area. Yankton has 5 on them, so 11 penalties in the game with 9:27 to play in the first half. 1st and 15 here. Ball is spotted at the 30-yard line. T-Area still looking like they want to run it. Dashiell Lowry takes the snap, hands it off. Immediate pressure at the line of scrimmage. That one goes nowhere. On the carry again, Belos. And that is his 3rd rushing attempt for 0 yards. Still, though, 8 attempts on the night. Over 60 yards.
And Yankton had overloaded their lineman to the right there, but T decided to run right into that overloaded line, and they stopped him right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 15, a nice stop there for this Bucks defensive front, who really was unstoppable last week. Under 9 minutes to play in the half. T-Area with the football. Again, a handoff on the option, brought down behind the line of scrimmage, Carter Brown. Carter Brown is going to lose a couple yards. 3rd and 17 as Edley Amaro comes up with the big stop. Ball has been moved back to the 32-yard line. TJ, it seems like, though, T-Area gets about 1 in 3 plays goes for 20 yards here. They need it on a 3rd and 17.
They need it here, and this Bucks defense is really looking to not allow a 20-yard play right here.
For Yankton, their defense has held up so far in this game, putting up 7 points on their own, giving up none, so they've outscored T-Area's offense. From the shotgun is Dashiell Lowry. Takes the snap, drops back, immediate pressure. This one lofted high up, in and out of the hands, intercepted. Yankton picks this one off, up to the 37-yard line. Tegan LaCroix, the interception. Yankton comes up with another one.
Tegan LaCroix, Bucks take over.
Tegan LaCroix, his 2nd interception of the season. Yankton right now is playing out of their minds after putting up only 14 points against Brookings. They've got 17 against arguably the best defense in all of AA. 1st and 10 here for the Bucks on their own 37-yard line. Another opportunity to score. A strong formation, 2 backs on each side of Tate Bestie's own. Eidsness gets it, tries reversing the field, loses a couple. That's an unusual formation we saw out of the Bucks. I think the first time of the year we have seen that, TJ. 2 backs on each side, 1 behind Bestie. That one felt like you knew it was going to be ran, just where? So Owen Eisens, his first carry goes for a loss of 2. 2nd and 12 here from the shotgun. Tate Bessie, 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Drops back. Another shotgun across the middle. Hits Hazelhorst in stride. Hazelhorst across midfield. Falls up to the 42-yard line. A 23-yard dart from Tate Bestie to Cale Hazelhorst. And Yankton's offense moves the chains once more. Again, we watch the Yankton-Winnelson replay on Yankton Streaming on YouTube. Hazelhorst, after the 23-yard pickup, will be subbed out. An H-back in here for Yankton as into motion goes Eidsness. It's a play action. Bestie fires it deep in stride with Owen Eidsness. Somehow pulls it in up to the 17-yard line. A 25-yard pickup from Tate Bestie. Owen Eidsness, his first catch of the night, but a big one here. 1st and 10 from the Bucks, now at the 17-yard line of T-Area. Tate Bestie with some nice throws. That one maybe just a hair long, but Eidsness, such a good receiver, pulls that in. Sidlacek, the running back here. 1 receiver to the right, 3 to the left, and that's where Tate Bestie will roll out. Carter Boomsma makes the catch, gets by the first defender into the end zone. Now there is a flag on the play. We'll wait to see if this is a touchdown or if this one's coming back. And the lack of celebrating from Yankton sideline tells me it's coming back, TJ.
Flag was thrown on the line of scrimmage as the ball was thrown. Wonder if you had a lineman downfield.
And the umpire, again, making his way closer to midfield. We await the call here. No points have been given to Yankton, so it's got to be. And great call, TJ. Ineligible receiver downfield, as that will be another 5-yard penalty against Yankton. Both teams now with 6 penalties up to this point in the game. 6:31 to play in the first half. Yankton leads 17-0, and they just had a 17-yard touchdown from Bestie to Carter Boomsma taken off of the board. Had Boomsma been given that touchdown, he'd have 130 yards and 2 touchdowns already before the half. Bestie with Sidlacek behind and to the left of him. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. It's Abe O'Brien across the middle. Fires at this one. Nearly picked off. Threw into double coverage there. Just happy with the incomplete pass, I'm sure.
Just thrown behind Hazelhorst there, and he just couldn't quite get his body back around to pull that ball in.
And Hazelhorst looked like he had a defender in front and behind him. Definitely a dangerous pass. Yankton stays with the football in their hands, though. It'll be 2nd and 15. Bucks with the football at the T area 23-yard line. Bestie's going to run it up the middle. Somehow avoids the pressure up to the 20. He's brought down, falls up to the 18-yard line. A pickup of 4 or 5 nearing the original line of scrimmage for a 3rd and long. They will credit him with 4 yards, 3rd and 11 on the way. Third and 11 here on the field. Bestie and this Bucks offense have moved the ball well. He has time, lofts it up, but nowhere to be found. The receiver, Owen Eisness, was probably a couple steps behind that one. And now 4th and long. The kicking team will come back out for Yankton with 5:44 to play in the second quarter. This would make it 20-0. The ball is, when it'll be snapped and held, it'll be at the 25, making this a 35-yard attempt for Kevin Ortiz. Last week was 2 for 2. He's 1 for 1 in tonight's action. Snap was a little low, but a good hold there, and Kevin Ortiz misses this one wide right. So no score for Yankton here, as T area will take over in their own territory, but their defense comes up with a much-needed stop. A turnover on downs here for Yankton, and T-Area's offense back on the field. And TJ, with 5:40 to play in the second quarter, if you're T-Area, you get the ball at the second half, but does this to you feel like a must-score possession?
It certainly is. You got to have some momentum going into half if you're going to catch up to the Bucks, who already have 17 points.
Ball is spotted at about the 21-yard line for T area. Long field to go, but they've got their timeouts and plenty of time to go. Belos in the backfield behind Dasha Lowry. Puts a man into motion directly under center. Takes the snap into the hands of his fullback, Carter Brown. Carter Brown stood up after pickup of maybe a few. 2 yards on the carry for Carter Brown, who has kind of had the opposite effect of Hayden Belos. He's got 4 carries for 5 yards, averaging 1.25 yards per carry. 2nd and 8 coming up here. This Bucks defense, if they get another stop, I mean, you've got to give them props. In the last 2 weeks now, I'm trying to think here, 5.5 quarters of play, only 7 points total given up. None in this game. Last week only gave up 7 to Brookings. None in the first quarter. Again, a handoff up the middle to the fullback here. Has some room to run. No, this one ends up with Belos again. It's awfully hard to read where that football's going out of the snap, TJ. And I got to give credit to Dasha Lowry. He's able to fake it very well in a pickup of 9. It was actually Cade Korleski. 1st and 10 for T area on their own 32. But I tell you what, 3 different running backs. It's hard to tell who has the football. And that is the whole purpose for this Titans offense. They run a lot of those options. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. A flag will fly before the ball got snapped. This one looks like it's going against T area. More likely than not, a false start it is. That is T area's 7th penalty. Now their longest penalty is only 5 yards. 7 penalties for 31 yards. Yankton right now has 6 penalties for 45 yards. And they'll reset the game clock to 4 minutes, 48 seconds as we near the closing minutes of the second quarter. Again, the Bucks lead 17-0. We get closer and closer to our Vichay Yankton halftime show, where we have our highlighted player of the week. An interview this week, it'll be William Guzman-Ugovsky, part of that defensive front who's been so effective last week and this week, as now a handoff up the middle, up to the line of scrimmage, brought down. Another no-gain play for the Titans offense. On the carry, Carter Brown. 2nd and 15. As Carter Brown now 5 carries, 5 yards, averaging 1 yard per carry. The Bucks would certainly take that out of the 3rd leading rusher for the Titans. Right now, 4 different Titans have ran the football. Carter Brown with 5 attempts, Dasha Lowry with 2, Hayden Belos with 8 attempts, and Cade Korleski 6 rushing attempts. The option here, and Dasha Lowry across the middle, had a man wide open. That one off the fingertips of Griffin Wiebinga. If he makes that catch, that's a first down, and that might be going for 6 the other direction.
There was no one within 15 yards of him right there.
Yankton gets a little lucky on that one. Wiebinga had no one near him, as he just mentioned, TJ, and I think that's what happens when you run the football every single play. It opens up those passing opportunities. T area only 6 pass attempts. Yankton on the flip side with 15 already, 2.5 times the amount. Yankton's crowd making some noise. It's a 3rd and long. Dasha Lowry wants to fire this one deep. A pretty spiral going to Wiebinga as it falls incomplete, 4th down. Right now, Dasha Lowry is 2 for 7 with an interception and 29 yards. Yankton has to be happy with their secondary's performance so far tonight.
And they're doing a great job. He's not looking to pass short. Every time he passes, he's going for 15-plus yards. And so this secondary's got their work cut out for them to stay on their man deep.
Owen Eidsness back to return this one on the Bucks' 38-yard line. Dasha Lowry listed as the punter for T area. Puts this one into the air and nearly getting a hand on it where the Bucks is. Owen Eidsness crushed after he catches it at the 41-yard line. That's one you'd like to see a fair catch for Owen Eidsness, but you got to wonder, he's got 1 catch for 25 yards. He's probably itching to get involved somehow, and maybe got a little reckless on that one. Luckily, he hung on to the football. Yankton will start from their own 40-yard line. Eidsness does stay out on the field. It's good. He got hit hard. You thought maybe might sit out a play or two, but he's right back out there. A tough player for this Bucks offense. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. As the H-back is Edley Amaro with Sidlacek in the backfield. As Tate Bestie wants to throw it again. Caught Hazelhorst, a quick out route. He'll pick up 4 yards. Cale Hazelhorst now with the most catches on the team for Yankton tonight. 3 receptions, and that has gone for 39 yards. And it's good to see Hazelhorst getting involved. We all know he's a ball hawk as a cornerback, 4 interceptions this season. But he's really a good receiver too, lengthy as well. He's hard to cover. 2nd and 6 here. Tate Bestie. The flag will go up in the air. Edley Amaro brings in the catch. Charges forward to the 49-yard line before he's thrown out of bounds hard. But I think this one might be going against Yankton. Big man's got some hands there, TJ.
He did a great job on that. He got himself open in the flat. Tried to turn upfield, but he was able to be dragged out of bounds.
Was an illegal formation on Yankton. It will be a 5-yard penalty, and that will back it up to a 2nd and 11 here. 3:37 to play in the first half. Yankton still leads at 17-0 in what's been a great game here so far tonight. It's been all Bucks. T-Area has struggled so far in this one. Both teams with a 5-2 record fighting to get their 6th victory of the season. Tate Bestie drops back. Out of the backfield, hits Sidlacek. Sidlacek with some room to run, puts the first defender on the ground, nears the first down marker. He's short a few yards, but that defender's going to think twice before running up on Jay Sidlacek.
You know, Jay Sidlacek seemed like he wanted to get in on the action there. We've watched T bowl through us a little bit, but Jace just made a statement that he can do it too.
Sidlacek does not mind the contact. I talked with him a few weeks back, and I said, a lot of running backs don't like that. You don't seem to mind. 3rd and only a couple needed here. Bestie will roll within the pocket. Caught! Carter Boomsma at the 50-yard line. They're going to mark him with forward progress and enough for a Yankton Bucks first down. A pickup of 3, and that is an important 3-yard pickup.
That's enough for a Yankton Bucks.
115 yards off of 3 catches and a touchdown for Carter Boomsma. And that 3 yards, a big 3. Sidlacek will get his name called. He'll run it through the numbers. He'll get a few before driven backwards and tackled for a short pickup here. 2nd and 8 coming up after Sidlacek gets 2. And what I like, TJ, the last few weeks, Jay Sidlacek has had to carry the ball 25 times per game. Right now, we're nearing halftime. He's only got 6 carries, giving him a little bit of a breather. Tate Bestie has thrown 18 times. Now that wishbone formation for Yankton, a play action all day to throw it for Bestie, loads up, fires it deep, picked off, Wiebinga pulls it in, and Tate Bestie throws an interception with 2:31 to play in the 2nd quarter. Tate Bestie has not thrown many interceptions this year. He's got one here tonight against T-Area, who again stops the Bucks offense. And after that flurry of scores to start, it looks like Yankton's offense has slowed down here tonight.
Well, this T defense, they are strong, and they're going to continue to fight hard, trying to give their offense an opportunity to get back in this.
17-0 Yankton leads, 2:31 to play. T-Area with the football now on their own 17-yard line after the interception by Wiebinga. Dasha Lowry looks to throw it on the far side of the field. The tip drill falls incomplete. Had that one been picked off, we would have just been back and forth. But I do want to note Dasha Lowry in his last 5, 0 for 5 in an interception. Again, just want to credit that Yankton secondary with some great play here early in the game. As subbing out of the game is Madden McQuaid for the Bucks defense. Drotzman and Boomsma and Gavin Johnson, all cornerbacks, will play up tight against their receivers. A strong formation again here, and a late delayed handoff. Edley Amaro in pursuit, brings him down at the 10-yard line. Edley Amaro Jr. did not let that play develop at all. They're going to lose 5 yards And what a play there. Edley Amaro brings down Korleski for a loss of 5.
And he was just step for step there with Korleski. He wasn't letting him run away.
An incredible play there for Edley Amaro, Yankton's defense. Again, looking for a shutout first half here. 3rd and 15. The ball now spotted at T-Area's own 12-yard line here at Crane-Youngworth. 2 backs alongside him. Dashiell Lowry hands it off. Up the middle they go to Belos. Belos again running hard, but he's going to be stopped well short of the line to gain. Up to the 21-yard line, he brings it. A pickup of 9 on the carry. Yankton will call a timeout. It's a Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break, our first of the game. Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton, locally owned for 4 generations. Call them for water softening and purification, salt, reverse osmosis needs, and bottled water. That's Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. Again, that was the first called by the Bucks here. T-Area has not called a timeout yet. 96 seconds to play, but Yankton's probably looking to start with some pretty good field position, a couple of timeouts, and an offense that moves the ball quickly. We very well could see a Yankton score before halftime hits.
Yank has been doing a good job with some long plays tonight, and that's really run their offense well.
So after the interception that was thrown by Tate Bestie, Yankton's defense comes up big time, and that's really been their strength these last couple of weeks. The defense, you've got to give them their flowers. They've played extremely well. Low snap as that punt. A low one. It's going to bounce around the 44-yard line. Yankton with less than half the field to go as this one scooped up at the 47 by T-Area. So 47 yards to go. 89 seconds and 2 timeouts to do it. This Bucks offense certainly didn't need that much time, but they'll take the extra. 17-0 as we again get closer to our Vichay Yankton halftime show. You'll want to keep it tuned as we'll have halftime stats, game trends, and our highlighted player of the week, which is William Guzman-Ugofsky. If you'd like to hear that interview, keep it tuned here during our halftime show. Tate Bestie works from the shotgun. Quick pass. Abe O'Brien makes the catch. Up to the 40-yard line. He's pushed out of bounds. A nice pickup on first down of about 7. It'll be 2nd and short. And that one only used about maybe 4 or 5 seconds. 2nd and 3. And those are the plays you like after your quarterback just throws an interception. Just get a completion out of the way. Now again looking to throw it. Tate Bestie rolls out this time. Fires it deep into the hands. It's caught. Cale Hazelhorst nears the end zone. Brought out of bounds around the 4-yard line. Cale Hazelhorst, the pickup of 30-plus yards, and Yankton with a 1st and goal situation.
Hazelhorst was coming back at his quarterback, but Bestie pointed him, no, go back the other direction, and threw it over the top and found him downfield.
Cale Hazelhorst having a heck of a game. 4 catches so far on this one. About 70 yards as well to go with that. 1st and goal for Yankton. They've used 13 seconds off the clock, and it's 1st and goal here. No timeouts needed as Sedlacek stands behind Tate Bestie. Bestie takes the snap, gives it up. Sedlacek bouncing off the first defender. Fights for a yard, but he's going to be brought down around the line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal. For Yankton, you don't hate it so much because now you can run that clock, and it looks like T-Area won't call a timeout. They're going to push him all the way back to the 6-yard line. A loss of 2 on the carry. As if you're Yankton, you've got to probably be thinking, let's run this play clock as low as possible. Try scoring with no time left, but they'll just work right away out of the shotgun. Picked off again. Tate Bestie throws his 2nd interception of the night. This one going the other direction with some room to run in the hands of T-Area, making defenders miss here. Up to the 46-yard line, Lucas Randall pulls it in. Lucas Randall picked it off and returned it nearly 50 yards. That one, Randall read Tate Bestie. Bestie did not look off the defender, and what looked like Yankton was going to take a commanding lead going into the second half. T-Area now with 35 seconds on Yankton's 45-yard line, and this could be a huge momentum shift in the game.
Well, this Bucks defense needs to stop here so that they can go into halftime maintaining the momentum they've built up.
For Yankton, their defense back on the field. They haven't given up any points here in the second half so far. 17-0. First and 10. Dashiell Lowry fires it. It falls incomplete. That one intended for number 5, Caden Bonenberger. He's looked his way a couple times tonight, has not connected with him yet. 2nd and 10.
That was one of the shorter passes we've seen him try to pull off tonight.
And he had his receiver, but that one probably would have been a pickup of around 6 yards, tackled in bounds. T-Area probably not too upset that that one was not caught. Now, they do have 3 timeouts left, but you'd like to preserve those or try to get a bigger play. Dashiell Lowry working from the shotgun. We don't see it too often. Drops back, quickly lofts it up in the air. This one caught at the 25-yard line, brought down at about the 22-yard line. Carter Brown makes the catch. First and 10 now from the 21-yard line. A timeout called by T-Area. Another Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. We'll take that when we return. First and 10 for T-Area, who's marching the football down the field on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton Streaming on YouTube.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Group's bedroom groups by Laguna and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
Doctors Lane, Reed, and Cole Swatsky make up the SWAT Chiropractic team. Check out their new location at 2000 Summit Street, Yankton, South Dakota. At SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, they'll treat your neck and back pain, headaches and migraines, plantar fasciitis, sciatica, sports injuries, elbow, knee, rotator cuff, nerve injuries, and more. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy. Let them get you ready for wherever life leads you. First and 10 from the 21-yard line. T-Area with the football, moving the ball against the Yankton defense. Dashiell Lowry out of the play action on the far side of the field. That one was closer to a Yankton Buck. Falls incomplete. And again, kind of threw into double coverage. Threw it ahead of his receiver, but ahead of his receiver was the Yankton secondary.
If that ball hadn't been just about out of bounds, I think that Tegan LaCroix might have been able to come away with that.
21 seconds now in the first half. It's 2nd and 10 for T-Area. And then you start wondering, what does their kicking situation look like? So far in AA, I have not seen many teams attempt field goals outside of Yankton. 4 field goals attempted between last week and this week for the Bucks. As Lowry, flag will hit the field, completes a quick pass, but I think this one's going 5 yards the opposite direction. And if it gets long enough, we might see just kind of a loft in the end zone from T-Area. We'll await the call. If the play stands, it's Griffin Wiebinga with a pickup of about 6. And it's an illegal shift on T-Area. Another 5-yard penalty. They've picked up their 8th now. Yankton was 7. That's 15 first-half penalties. You'd like to think there probably won't be any more as there's 18 seconds to play, but we've seen our fair share. Ball is spotted back now at the 26-yard line of the Bucks. T-Area still in possession, 2nd and 15 here. They look to score for the first time here of the half. Yankton's defense has shut them out. Out of the shotgun once again, Lowry. Lowry quickly passes it far, deep, and that one looks like it's incomplete. It is. That one was close to being a huge pickup there for the Titans. Would have been a 1st and goal situation. Instead, 3rd and 15. 12 seconds to play in TJ. You got to wonder about their kicker, what the situation is if you try that, or do you have 2 shots into the end zone here?
From the way they've been playing tonight, I think they're probably going to take 2 shots at the end zone.
And Dashiell Lowry does not hang on to the ball in the pocket too long. He usually does his couple step drop back, steps up, fires immediately. Now with some time, does exactly that. Up the middle. This one off the hands of Tegan LaCroix. Nearly had interception number 2 on the night. And 4th and 15, 7 seconds to play. And Dashiell Lowry is heading to the sideline, but I'm sure just getting a play call from his coach, as that one could have been headed the other direction. 17-0 the score right now. Yankton leads T-Area. For the Bucks, they'd like to give up no points here in this first half. The game's just over an hour old. There's 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right here. T-Area with one final shot. Dashiell Lowry just lofts it up near the end zone. This time picked off. Tegan LaCroix's got it. Tegan LaCroix with interception number 2. As that one just thrown up towards the end zone. Dashiell Lowry with his second interception of the night, but that's one you don't hate the interception thrown. You just threw it up. If your guy catches it, great. If not, there's 2 seconds to play. Yankton probably just going to take a knee and send this one into the half. But Tegan LaCroix, of course, loves having another interception to his name.
He certainly wasn't going to let that ball fall.
And Tate Bestie will take the snap. He'll lose a yard on the quarterback knee. And at our half, it is 17-0 with the Bucks on top. They've got 20 minutes on the clock here at 4:30. No, they've changed it to 15 minutes. Thought maybe they'd have an extended half because it is senior night here tonight as we enter our Vichay Yankton halftime show. Lots to come up here. We've got your halftime stats, game trends, and then your highlighted player of the week in William Guzman-Ugofsky. Halftime Beyond the Game. So much coming up here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton Streaming on YouTube.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, we treat our patients like family. We have an experienced and caring dental team. We take the time to make sure you understand your oral health and answer any questions you have about your dental treatments. We take pride in educating our patients. Whether you need fillings, crowns or bridges, dental implants, just a teeth cleaning, or even Botox, come visit us at 1818 Broadway Avenue. And remember, we take care of the entire family.
There's a whole new world out there. It's called the off-road, and it's waiting to be explored in a Polaris. So gear up to make every moment count with the Polaris off-road vehicle. The new Polaris models are now available at Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. No matter the weather, get ready to tackle all the trails. With machines like these, your world just gets bigger. Stop in at Stockman's Motorsports today to learn more about the epic new Polaris off-road lineup.
My name is Len Peterson, and at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there really is a difference. I think a big difference that Elkhorn Valley Bank offers customers is a quick turnaround in loan decision. We try to make a quick and accurate decision for our customers so they can get quick answers and run their businesses as smoothly as they can. A community banker builds a relationship, plain and simple. Elkhorn Valley Bank, great for you, great for your community.
Imagine working for a successful global business with customers in 140 countries. That's Vishay Intertechnology, a Fortune 1000 maker of electronic componentry. Now imagine a company of that size with that kind of stability and a caring family-like environment. Learn more about what you can do at Vishay by visiting VishayCareers.com. Vishay is an equal opportunity employer. Vishay, the DNA of tech.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermilion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality healthcare, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
I knew I should have had those brakes checked at Graham Tire. It's all about safety. Tire mounting, balancing, wheel alignment, and shocks and struts and batteries, oil changes, and lube service. Graham Tire does these every day. And there's over an acre of tires. Graham Tire has them all, big and small. Tires for cars, trucks, campers, trailers, big rigs, and tracks. Honesty and integrity is a matter of pride since 1951. Graham Tire, Yankton.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family-run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
Welcome to JR's Oasis, your one-stop food and gas shop. Proud to serve Phillips 66 regular, premium, and diesel fuel. After fueling, go inside for slushies and shakes, ice cream cones, and now offering a full line of healthy, chilled items and snacks. JR's hot menu is great for breakfast, lunch, and supper, featuring the famous Hammer Breakfast Sandwich and fresh hand patty burgers. Try the new Cafe Tango frozen coffees for that extra boost of deliciousness. JR's Oasis, East Highway 50, Yankton.
Back here on our Vishay Yankton halftime show, the Bucks lead at 17-0. Vishay Yankton to find the world's future. Vishay Electronic Components bring to life the world's most important products. Products that touch lives everywhere, every day. Vishay building the DNA of tech. Your halftime stats will start with the T-Area Titans. Hayden Belos with 8 attempts, 69 yards, an average of 8.5 yards per carry. Cade Korleski, 8 attempts, 21 yards. 2.5 on the average. And Dashel Lowry, 3 attempts, 17 yards. And Carter Brown, 5 attempts, 5 yards. Dashel Lowry is 3 for 14 throwing the football, 52 yards, 2 interceptions. And that's something Coach Fry talked about, that throwing the football has not necessarily worked out very well for them in this season. That has been the case here so far. On the defensive side, leading the way in tackles for T-Area, Leighton Moran, with 6 unassisted tackles, 1 assisted, 7 total. Carter Brown with 6 total tackles, 2 for loss. Cade Korleski, 3 total tackles, 1 for tackle for loss. And Chase DeBoer, 2 total tackles. That is a player that Coach Muth wanted to eliminate from the game. And so far, Chase DeBoer has not really made a huge impact on this game. And Coach Brady has just got to be happy with how his team has played against him so far. On the flip side for the Bucks, rushing the football 7 times for a total of 13 yards is Jason Lachek. 1 attempt for Tate Bestie that has gone for 3 yards, and that wouldn't be counting the 1 quarterback kneel, so he's really at 2 attempts for 2 yards. But total, the team has 9 attempts, 15 yards only, rushing the football. T-Area's defense has eliminated that part of the game. But throwing the football, Tate Bestie, 13 of 22, 244 yards and a touchdown, but 2 interceptions. We've seen 4 interceptions in this game already, and we're only at the half. Catching the football for the Bucks, Cale Hazelhorst, 4 catches, 73 yards. Carter Boomsma, 3 catches, 115 yards and a touchdown. Abel Bryan, 2 receptions, 16 yards. Jason Lachek, 2 catches for 14 yards. And then Owen Eisnes has a catch for 25 yards. And Talon Kenny, 1 catch for 1 yard. In tackles for the Bucks, Edley Amaro leads the way with 7 total, 5 of those unassisted. 3 tackles for loss. Mad McQuaid, 5 total tackles. Austin Conway with 4, and Chase Platt with 4 tackles. TJ, tell me what you saw in that first half and what you think the Bucks did well and what you hope to see them do better in the second half.
Couldn't have asked for a better score outcome for us in that half. We knew the Bucks needed to start out fast on offense, and they were able to do that. They've already outscored tease opponents on the ear, and we're only at halftime. The second part of that equation was that Yankton Bucks defense had to hold strong, and 0 is pretty strong.
Doesn't get much better than 0. It's been at times bend, don't break defense for the Bucks. But all that matters is if you can keep the opponent to 0 points, you're going to win a lot of football games. The one thing I'd like to see a little bit different, get Owen Eidsness a little bit more involved in the game plan. He's your study, averages nearly or around 90 yards receiving per game, 9 touchdowns on the season already. Let's get him number 10 in the second half. Right now, only 1 catch for a total of 25 yards. Again, I did get a chance to talk with a senior of the Buck squad. It is William Guzman-Ogofsky. We'll take a listen to that coming up. Our halftime Beyond the Game, brought to you by Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Now that chat with William Guzman-Ogofsky. On our Vache Yankton halftime show, now chatting with our highlighted player of the week, senior William Guzman-Ogofsky. William, how you doing today?
Doing good.
Your team coming off a victory over the Brookings Bobcats. Could you tell me about that game?
It was a really physical game. You just had to beat the guy in front of you like our coaches said, but, it's a physical game. We got through it.
Now, you and the rest of the defense really stepped up. You allowed only 7 points, 2 completed passes, and you gave your offense great starting field position. What was clicking so well for you guys?
I think just the pass coverages and then the D-line as well. We were just getting back there, getting home every play, and that's also just for the pass coverages as well. They were helping us get home.
And all right, now I've got to ask, I've had a couple different answers to this. What, in your opinion, is the most important position in football?
I think either it's up to the offensive tackle or quarterback, I'd say.
And as a defensive lineman, would you rather get a huge sack or an opportunity to run the ball on the 1-yard line for a score?
Definitely run the ball for a score.
You're used to getting sacks, right?
Yes, I am.
Now, coming up, you host the area. What are you looking most forward to in this one?
Probably just owning their O-line and just getting back there every play, having some fun with my buddies.
And before the season started, did you have any either personal or team goals that you set?
I just wanted to get a sack really bad. I haven't done this since my freshman year, so I just wanted to get back into it.
Absolutely. And how do you get ready each day for the games?
Just eat right in the morning, get enough sleep the night before, and just get ready to roll, get that mindset going.
Well, thanks for the chat, William. Let's see some more big plays from you against the area.
Thank you.
As we continually strive to improve the quality of service we provide the Yankton community, the Garden of Memories Cemetery and Winston Ray Funeral Home are pleased to announce the completion of a brand new columbarium. This columbarium is constructed of granite, designed to withstand the test of time. It is for those families choosing cremation and features above-ground outdoor niches, which includes a bronze plaque to memorialize your loved one, as well as indoor glass front niches where families can create a unique memorial with pictures or other family heirlooms. For more information, please give us a call at the Winston Ray Funeral Home in Yankton.
From simple sniffles to complex health conditions, the primary care providers at Yankton Medical Clinic will not only see you for your annual visits, screenings, and preventative care, but also provides care for the entire family, from pediatrics to adults. With 4 clinic locations and 15 outreach locations throughout South Dakota and Nebraska, compassionate, quality medical care is closer than you think. For more information on providers, services, and locations, visit our website, yanktonmedicalclinic.com.
If you're into hunting, fishing, towing, or just want to blaze the trail, All Seasons has ATVs, UTVs, dirt bikes, and scooters from quality brands like Honda, Yamaha, and CF Moto. Needing watercraft? All Seasons has a large selection of quality boats and wave runners, and we take pride in service after the sale. We have friendly certified technicians that will winterize, summarize, diagnose, and repair your power sports equipment. In business for over 20 years for good reasons. We're All Seasons, Power Sports and Marine in Yankton.
Do you like to read? I love to read. So does Rabin Books, your unique bookstore in Yankton, where you'll find thousands of books from brand new to gently used oldies but goodies, all at unbeatable prices. Trade in your old favorites for credit and be able to explore something new. Whether you're a casual reader or a bookworm, Rabin Books is your next chapter, located at 804 Bill Baggs Road. Rabin Books, where every book finds a home.
Weather around here gets pretty crazy. Are you sure the weather hasn't caused damage to your roof? Let Justice at H&H Roofing in Yankton take any roof damage worries away. He'll come and inspect your roof. Even if you've had an inspection, get a second opinion or re-inspection for your peace of mind. H&H Roofing has built their reputation on working to satisfy homeowners for years. Family owned and operated. H&H Roofing is bonded and insured. Contact Justice today.
Dive into the delicious all-you-can-eat Asian buffet, featuring mouth-watering Asian cuisine like broccoli beef, general chicken, sesame chicken, so much more. Or choose from a fresh selection of meats, noodles, rice, vegetables, Asian-inspired sauces, and watch them sizzle on the Mongolian grill. Plus tantalizing desserts, including ice cream. Get your fill at King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, North Broadway, Yankton.
Back on our Vacher Yankton halftime show, it's time for your halftime Beyond the Game, brought to you by Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. When you want comfort, you want Kalen's. Football tonight will wrap up the action for the week for Yankton High School. Then into the weekend tomorrow, marching band varsity event. It's a quad state competition that'll be at the Dakota Dome in Vermilion. Time to be determined. I imagine probably going on all day. There's also an oral interpretation varsity invitational at Brandon Valley High School, also says to be determined. Tomorrow there will be ACT testing at the high school main office, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Doors will open at 7:30 for registration. Then into next week on Monday, high school journalism event. It's the State Journalism Yearbook Competition at the University of South Dakota from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. Also on Monday, high school boys soccer end-of-season banquet at the Yankton High School SAC Commons from 6:30 to 7:30. Tuesday on the 21st, middle school parent-teacher conferences at the middle school all classrooms 4 to 8 p.m. Into Wednesday, that'll be the high school boys golf end-of-year banquet at the high school SAC Commons from 5 to 6. Thursday, the high school fall play parent performance will be 7 to 9:30. It's a private showing for family members only. And also on Thursday night, middle school dance at the middle school South Gym. It's 7th and 8th grade only from 7 to 9 p.m. Then into Friday of next week, oral interpretation with the varsity event. It's the Circle of Courage invite at Sioux Falls, Washington High School. An event, again, to be determined on the time. Yankton School District teacher in service next Friday, so there will be no school for Yankton. The in-service will be 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then high school fall play from 7 to 8:30 p.m. again at the Yankton High School SAC main theater. Into next weekend on Saturday, competitive cheer and dance varsity state tournaments, both at Watertown at 11 a.m. And the high school fall play with its final showing, that's next Saturday, again at the main theater at the high school, 7 to 8:30. For the Yankton Bucks, they're next in action. That'll be next Thursday, as they'll take on Mitchell at Joe Quintel Field at 7 o'clock. Of course, we'll have the coverage for that on Classic. It's 106.3 and Yankton Streaming on YouTube. That's been your Halftime Beyond the Game, brought to you by Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Halftime coming to a close here. The Bucks hosting the T-Area Titans, in which they lead 17-0 at the half. We'll take our final break of the half and return in just a moment for kickoff on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton Streaming on YouTube.
Yankton Rexall in the Meridian District, Yankton, for all your gifts and decor needs. It's the only place in town to find both Hallmark ornaments and cards for any occasion. They also have Willow Tree and Precious Moments collectibles, the perfect anniversary and wedding gifts, nativity scenes, Watkins products, and single Abdallah chocolates. The Yankton Rexall Pharmacy for all your prescription needs. Yankton Rexall at the corner of 3rd and Douglas, downtown Yankton. Do Do you realize what your Yankton Hy-Vee has to offer? Aisles online, delivery, catering, fresh floral and bakery departments, pharmacy with drive-up and online prescription refills, Hy-Vee Health Market, dietitian service, fresh seafood department, U.S. Postal substation, take and bake for breakfast, and family meal deals. Yes, all that and more is at your Yankton Hy-Vee, located on the corner of 21st Street and Broadway Avenue in Yankton.
Halftime comes to a close here at Crane-Youngworth. The Bucks lead 17-0 into the third quarter. 12 minutes have been put on the clock on our Vichay Yankton halftime show. T-Area will receive the second half kick. They trail 17-0, and they had an opportunity to score late there in the second quarter of play. Weren't able to come away with points, and really feels like that one hurt them worse than their other possessions that they didn't score on. Yankton's defense in 3 halves of football has given up 7 points now as Villanueva gets the second half started, as that one fielded at about the 7-yard line. Picked up by Randall. Randall smoked at the 20-yard line, and Yankton special teams as good as always. Lucas Randall on the return. It'll be 1st and 10 here for T-Area. Football on their own 21-yard line. Ken, TJ, what a way to start the second half. A big hit on the kick return.
That was Brennan Gilmore who came in and delivered a shoulder blow and just knocked him right off of his feet.
And a couple players for the Bucks. They might not get that many reps on offense or defense, but they're certainly great special teams players for the Bucks, including Brennan Gilmore, who you said made that tackle. The first rushing attempt here of the second half will get stopped at the line of scrimmage. Yankton's defensive line, a good start to the second half. Belos will get stuffed. They'll give him a yard, 2nd and 9. And TJ, I didn't even see him get a yard. Must have just jumped forward there at the end of that play to get a pickup of a yard. 2nd and 9 here. Bucks work on defense. A strong formation here for T-Area as they're swallowed up at the line of scrimmage yet again. 3rd and long on the way. Yankton's defense is just unreal right now.
Ball brought down to the 20-yard line.
Well, that defensive front is doing a good job of picking up the run play and just not letting them have anywhere to go with it.
William Guzman-Ugovsky comes up with the tackle there. He was our highlighted player of the week, an important piece of this Bucks defense, as back-to-back carries for only 1 yard. 3rd and 9 here for T-Area. They look to run it again. We'll see if it's a play action, as they do look to throw it now across the middle. Picked off! This one going the other direction. Yankton has it. Carter Boomsma gets by the first defender. Falls down at the 8-yard line. The 3rd interception from Dashiell Lowry, his last 2 pass attempts both getting picked off, as Carter Boomsma gets in on the fun and forces a turnover. Yankton with a big play to start the second half.
Lowry stood in the pocket and confidently delivered that ball, but just as confidently, Boomsma came out of nowhere and took it away from him.
Carter Boomsma, the interception, gives the Bucks 1st and goal from their own, or from the T-Area 9-yard line. From the shotgun here is Tate Bestie with Sedlacek to his left. Sedlacek will take it to the right side, falls forward, picks up a yard, maybe 2. Jay Sedlacek has not been able to get it rolling here in this game so far. 2nd and goal from the 7. They'll credit him with 2 yards there on his first carry of the second half. Sedlacek now directly behind Bestie. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. He goes over to Owen Eidsness on the right side. Caught in the 5-yard line. Brought out of bounds. It'll make it 3rd and goal as they just inch closer and closer. A 5-yard pickup from Bestie into the hands of Owen Eidsness. TJ, that's a player I wanted to see more involved. And here with the second play on offense for Yankton, he's got a catch. 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line. Tate Bestie works it from the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Sedlacek powers it up the middle, falls forward into the end zone. Touchdown, Yankton. Sedlacek, a 3-yard rushing touchdown for the Bucks. He got in, and that was just good blocking. He followed their lead, and really it looked like he was just kind of had a hand on his lineman and was just kind of waiting for something, but just kept slowly moving forward with his offensive line.
And a great runner will do that. They'll just wait for the line to make the play happen.
23-0, that makes it here. The Bucks lead this one big time over T area. T is going to have a hard time trying to overcome this deficit as they have been held scoreless. Ortiz good on the extra point. Makes it 24-0 as we'll take our first break of the second half here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton Streaming on YouTube. This is Bucks football.
Larson Carpet has all your flooring needs. Step into their showroom to see a wide selection of all types of flooring. They have soft and luxurious carpet that's sure to bring comfort to your home. Stylized tile to make any room pop. Different color options of hardwood to make matching easy, and convenient vinyl plank for when spills happen. Of course, with the best customer service in the area. Their knowledgeable staff will make sure to answer any questions you might have. Larson Carpet, 212 Walnut.
Back on the field here, it's 24-0 with the Bucks leading T area on your Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. Early in the third quarter, they punch it in from 3 yards out off of the legs of Jay Sedlacek, who adds another touchdown to his season total. Before that, he had 4 touchdowns, make it 5. Liam Villanueva back out there for kickoff as Yankton runs a 2-kicker situation on kickoffs and long field goal attempts. It's Liam Villanueva. Shorter field goal attempts and extra points, it is Kevin Ortiz, both soccer players for Yankton, who just wrapped up their season not so long ago. Villanueva with some leg on this one. This one's going to bounce into the end zone, a touchback. And T-Area's offense on the field, they'll start from their own 20. And right now, they absolutely need to get something rolling if they want to stay in this game. Yankton is a tough team. It's even tougher when you trail 24-0 in the second half. First and 10, the Titans have the football. Again, their usual, one running back behind and a couple extra linemen as they shift. Dashiell Lowry loads up, fires it deep. A bullet pass that falls incomplete, but in the secondary, a penalty. And that tells me it's probably going to be pass interference on Yankton or holding if it was before the pass. We await the call by the umpire here, as this will be the first flag of the second half. And it's illegal use of hands on Carter Boomsma, and that will move the chains. It'll be an automatic 10 yards given to T area. Yankton picks up their 8th penalty, this one 10 yards. 16 total penalties in the game, 8 on each side. First and 10 for the Titans on their own 30-yard line. They'll hand it off. Korleski with it, had a full head of steam, trips over his own blocker, picks up 6. Second and 4.
Brought down by number 1 Carter Boomsma.
And TJ looked like he had a lot more, but ran into his defender who was falling over and then just kind of tripped over the top. He probably had 10-plus yards on the carry had he taken it outside his his blocker.
Second 5 from the 35.
Second and a short 5, long 4 here for the Titans. Again, the same situation they normally do. Dashiell Lowry will keep it himself, dives forward to the 37-yard line to make it a 3rd and short situation. 2 yards they'll need. 3rd and 2 is Dashiell Lowry. That's only his 3rd attempt of the night. It's gone for 24 yards. And they've now moved it back to a 3rd and 3. Initially, the ball was spotted at the 38. Now it's been pushed to the 37. 3rd and short either way, in T area, who runs the football a lot. You got to be thinking they're probably going to run it here on the triple option. Dashiell Lowry takes it, hands it off. Korleski gets it up the middle towards the 40-yard line. Looks like he's got just enough for the first down. This one will move the chains. 1st and 10 here as Korleski picks up 3 yards on the carry. And TJ, on that triple option, again, we talked about it. It's so hard as a defensive front to know who's got the football and where they're going.
they're certainly tricking us up here. A lot of these plays, we're following the wrong guy.
So with their 3 running back setup, they have 1 running back behind and 2 on each side of the line, and they all go towards the middle as Korleski gets it, drives forward, a nice pickup on first down of nearly 6 yards. And it is confusing because, again, you've got the 1 running back behind the quarterback, 2 that kind of sit off and back from the line, who both dive in. So you've realistically, at any point in the game or the play, you've got 3 different ball carriers, not including Dashiell Lowry as the quarterback. So 4 options as that one Korleski picked up 6, 2nd and 4. If you're T-Area, you like that you're moving the ball, but down 24, there's not a whole lot of urgency. Is right back up the middle they go. Belos has it, tries stiff-arming a defender. He's brought down after the first down and a pickup of 9 yards there. 1st and 10, T-Area with the ball on Yankton's 45-yard line. Belos is a tough runner. Once he gets a full head of steam, he's tough to bring down. Yankton's only had success if they can get to him before he's at full speed.
He doesn't take very long to get to full speed. Once he gets to the line of the scrimmage, he's already up.
1st and 10 here. The Titans moving the ball well. Right back up the gut they go between the numbers. Belos, no one else to beat. He's going to cross the 10 into the end zone. This one a 45-yard touchdown for Hayden Belos, as he'll bring in the first score for the Titans. TJ, I just mentioned how the drive was taking some time, and you feel like you have to have a little more urgency. Well, how's a 45-yard touchdown sound for him? 17-6. Yankton's defense finally gives up a score. 2.5 quarters into this one. 6:39 to play. It's 17-6. Yankton still with the lead, but the Titans now on the board as whistles blow before the ball was snapped. We'll see. Not seeing any laundry on the field, TJ. But I believe it was called dead.
I wonder if they had not called it ready yet.
We did not have a whistle called ready to play.
And that's exactly right, TJ. Nice call as they'll reset up to kick it 24-6, Yankton had a touchdown earlier in this quarter. Had 17 of those in the first half of action. 24-6 and on to make it 24-7 is Cameron Hillestead. The extra point attempt here. A line drive that goes straight through makes it 24-7. 6:39 to play in the third quarter. Yankton leads 17, and they'll get the football back when we return on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Looking to buy a home or maybe sell? Trust the name that puts you first. America's Best Realty. From your first showing to the final signature, their expert agents guide you every step of the way. Fast closings, top market value, and real service you can count on. Your dream home, they will find it. Selling fast, they will make it happen. Call America's Best Realty at 605-260-1600. America's Best Realty, because you deserve the best.
Back on the field here, it's 24-7. The Bucks lead it over T-Area in the third quarter. 6:39 to play, and T-Area down 17. And even with that 45-yard touchdown run, TJ, you were just saying they still chewed up a good amount of clock. And maybe the next time we see them on offense, they might have to be playing a little faster. I know it's still a lot of game time left, but you're playing a Yankton team that can put up points, and you're going to have to put up points as well. They got their first score of the night. And now we'll kick off to Yankton. Set to return, we've got Tegan LaCroix and Owen Eidsness as it'll go LaCroix's direction, scoops it up at the 12-yard line. Follows his blockers on the near side, gets up to about the 25. Ball is loose! Tegan LaCroix dives on the football, he's got it. And Yankton avoids a situation that could have totally swung momentum, TJ. Tegan LaCroix, a heroic effort to get back on that football after dropping it.
It almost looked like one of the T defenders knocked it out as he ran by and didn't even really hit Tegan because the ball was knocked backwards 7 yards, and Tegan had to turn around and dive, as you said.
That'll move the ball all the way back to the 17-yard line for the Bucks. Well, they'll take over 1st and 10. Two receivers to the left side, one to the right. Edley Amaro, the H-back, gets shifted to the other side. It's Sidlacek as the running back, follows his block behind Amaro, tries to drive forward, still on his feet, falls up to about the 19-yard line. That was a tough earned 3 yards. They'll give him 2nd and 7. Running the football has not been easy against this T-area defense. And for Yankton, we haven't seen them be able to really run time off the clock. Expect them really to just run their regular offense, try to keep that up tempo, and hopefully just keep scoring and not allowing T-area to score. Again, Jason Sidlacek gets it. He's brought down at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and long coming up here for the Bucks. So Jay Sidlacek in this one, 11 carries already so far. 21 yards and a touchdown on those 11 carries. Just shy of 2 yards per carry. That tells you how good this T-area defense is, and especially that defensive line and linebacker group. A quick pass out to Owen Isis, makes the catch. Looks like he dove out of bounds right at the first down line. Will they give him enough on the spot? They'll say he was a yard short, so it'll be 4th and 1, 1.5. So Owen Ides looked like he maybe could have stayed in bounds for another step. I think he thought he had the first down, TJ. Instead, the punting team of Yankton will come out to the field, a 3-and-out for their offense. And right now for T-area, they feel like they have a little bit of momentum going for the first time in this game. Villanueva boots this one away, caught at the 36, and right at the 41-yard line, brought down is number 7, Devin Rhodes. Kylan O'Connor pulls in the tackle. He's another one. I mentioned some players who maybe don't play a lot of offense or defense, but Kylan O'Connor is a machine on special teams.
And he made a great tackle there. He was right on top of the runner as soon as he had the ball.
So 24-7, T-area, though, with the football. They trail 17, but they just got a big stop on defense. And now, should they score again, can make things interesting in the second half. Feels like every game we've been at, TJ, has been a close one until the end. It's been some really great football here at Crane-Youngworth. A handoff, Korleski will try driving it up the middle. He'll pick up a few yards, 2nd and 7 coming up. And right now, Cade Korleski has been the lead back for the second half over Hayden Belos, but Belos did bring in that 45-yard touchdown run. A little surprised with how efficiently Belos can run the football that he's not getting more touches. He's got 12 carries, but Korleski also with 12 carries, and right now, Belos has been the difference maker on their offense. 2nd and 7 on their own 45-yard line. T-area again wants to run it up the middle, cracking skulls here. As I just mentioned, surprised they don't run it with him more often. Belos crosses midfield into Yankton territory. It'll be a 5-yard pickup. 3rd and 2 coming up here as Belos, his last 3 attempts, it went for 59 yards and a touchdown. The crowd at Crane-Youngworth here stomping their feet. A big opportunity for the Yankton defense to try and force a stop. A running back on each side. A flag will fly. Hits the turf. And this one's going to lose 5 yards here for T-area's offense. It's a false start, and it'll make it a 3rd and medium rather than the 3rd and what was a short 2. Now a long 6. Back to their own 46-yard line.
3rd and 7. Fans, make some noise.
And now you like the Bucks defense chances a lot better, TJ. The cornerback's about 5 yards off the receivers. Belos gets it up the middle, gets by the first Buck defender up to the 50-yard line before a swarm of Bucks stop him. A pickup of about 5 yards. It'll be 4th and 2. We'll see what T-area does. Dashiell Lowry runs to the sideline. He's also the punter. So here's where things get difficult. Even if they show they're going to punt, Dashiell Lowry is their punter. If they choose to run it with him, he's certainly an athlete. 4th and 2, and it seems like the Titans are going to go for it here 3:17 to play in the third quarter. It's 24-7. Yankton leads this one, and the Titans, I like the call. You've got to score here, and now a fake handoff. Dashiell Lowry stuffed, and the Bucks get a 4th down stop. Dashiell Lowry's going to lose 5 yards, and taking over are the Bucks in T-Area's territory. A huge play and a turn of events just when T-Area thought they maybe had some momentum moving forward. They got stopped on 4th down, and Yankton's offense back on the field on T-Area's 46-yard line. 24-7, they lead it with 3:06 to play here in the third quarter. Bestie takes the snap and gives it up to Sedlacek. Sedlacek with some room to run, puts the shoulder down around the 40, gets tackled at the 39, and that feels like the most successful attempt of a run here so far tonight for Jay Sedlacek. Finally had some blocking and an opening.
And he made the best of it. Now at 2nd and 3, you can look at the Bucks to maybe take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3, as TJ just mentioned, Eidsness to the right side, Abel Bryan on the left. Now Eidsness will sweep across, but it's still Jay Sedlacek again with room, falls forward to the 32-yard line.
Sedlacek hovers ahead to the 32-yard line. Brought down by number 24, Emmett DeGuess.
A nice pickup of 8 yards for Jay Sedlacek. 1st and 10 for Yankton, who's now moving the football. 2.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. They've got the 17-point lead. And right now, their offense playing well in this drive. Sedlacek for the 3rd time in a row. Not much going on there. Gets up to the 30-yard line, picks up a couple of yards. 2nd and 8. And right now, Yankton is chewing up some of that clock, TJ. It's something we don't normally see them do. But you feel like the more you can chew the clock on every drive, the less likely T-Area has any chance of coming back in this one, as you've got a 17-point lead over the Titans. Second and 8 here, 2 receivers on each side. Jay Sedlacek once again, patient running. Waited for the hole to develop. Nothing really developed. He'll pick up a couple as now it'll be a 3rd down and about 6 yards. 4 yards on the last 2 carries for Jay Sedlacek. A long 5, short 6 here. 3rd down for the Bucks offense, who'd like another first here. A tightly packed line here as a play action. Tate Bestie throws it, lofts it up just over the outstretched fingers of Edley Amaro. Falls incomplete, but Laundry on the field. Be an illegal formation on Yankton, and the penalty is declined, forcing a 4th down here, TJ. And right now, heading out onto the field is the kicking team, or is it the punting team? It's hard to tell with Liam Villanueva being both the punter and the long field goal. And it looks like they're setting up for a field goal. The ball spotted at about the 34. This is a 44-yard attempt for Liam Villanueva. Not many high schoolers are attempting kicks from 44 yards out. Snap is good. LaCroix gets it down and held. The ball will not go through the uprights. And Villanueva left it short and off to the left on a 44-yard attempt. And TJ, I'm wondering, instead of kicking that, do you have a better chance of converting on a 4th and 5?
Well, with this Buck offense, you know, they can certainly go 5 yards almost at will. However, on those last several runs, T was just too strong. They weren't letting him go anywhere.
So T-Area gets a stop on defense. Our score remains the same, 24-7, with the Titans taking over. They'll have the football on their own 27-yard line. But Yankton was able to chew up some of that clock. Under a minute to play here in the third quarter. And T-Area needs 17 points, and they need to do it under 13 minutes of game time. Lowry puts a man into motion to the far side of the field, goes through his progressions up the middle, running it. Here is Korleski. Korleski picks up a good 15 yards. All the way up to the 36-yard line. And a big run to start this drive for T-Area, and that's kind of what they're going to need. They're still running a huddle offense, and I'm a little surprised to see that, TJ.
Even with their huddle offense, they're running pretty quickly, but you're right, they really need to watch their clock.
Under 30 seconds to play now in the third quarter, a fullback and a halfback. And now a late flip out to Korleski, who will take it a couple yards and out of bounds to stop the clock.
Korleski runs the ball out of bounds.
Ball's at the 36-yard line, and it'll be moved up maybe a yard or two. Right now, the indicator's saying no pickup. And they'll say 2nd and 10. TJ, I certainly thought he got a yard or two there. Yankton will certainly take no pickup, though.
2nd and 10 from the 36.
Second and 10 here for this Titans offense. Again, working with a fullback and a running back up the middle. They move it. Breaking a tackle there as Korleski falls up to the 42-yard line.
Korleski runs the ball ahead to the 41-yard line. Flag on the play.
And, of course, another flag here. TJ, seems like we've had our fair share of those tonight. We're nearing the 20th penalty of the night. We'll wait to see what that is. We did have one declined. We'd be at 18. Right now we're at 17 total called in the game. And it's on Yankton. It's a face mask. It'll be a 15-yard penalty after the run as well. So Korleski will be credited for his 5 yards that he picked up. And they're going to reset the game clock to 11 seconds. Ball's now on Yankton's 44-yard line. Should T-Area come away with a touchdown on this drive, TJ, things are going to become interesting in that fourth quarter. The whistle will blow and the clock will continue. T-Area is going to be content to let this run to the end of the third quarter, so we've got 12 minutes to play here. Yankton leads 24-7 over T-Area at Crane-Youngworth Field in Yankton, South Dakota. We'll take a break. When we return, our final quarter of play on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Looking for a photo that actually looks like you, but better? At Meridian Photo, we specialize in capturing personality, not just poses. Whether it's headshots, high school seniors, family sessions, or team and individual sports photos, we'll make you look like a legend. We've just landed in the Meridian district of Yankton. Book your session today at meridian-photo.com or give us a call at 605-655-4598. Meridian Photo. Be you. You deserve.
Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team specializing in all things heating and cooling, as well as heat and glow gas, wood, and electric fireplaces, humidifiers and dehumidifiers, and all styles of ductless mini-split systems. Whether you are building or remodeling, our team of innovative experts will get you the correct equipment and indoor air quality accessories you need for your home or business. Remember, Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team for all things heating and cooling for the past 77 years. Go Bucks and Gazelles.
12 minutes to play in this one. We've got a good one here in Yankton. 24-7 with 12 minutes to play here. Yankton leads T-Area, but the Titans with the football on Yankton's 44-yard line. After the third quarter, Hayden Belos has really done it all for T-Area. 132 total rushing yards off of 13 attempts only. He's the main running back here. He'll get his name called. A nice jump step to get back in the middle. Drives forward, takes 3 Yankton defenders with him. He'll have a nice pickup of 7 on that play, and TJ, he should have had 2, but he just dragged the Yankton defenders for 6 yards.
You know, every defender on him there was a linebacker or a defensive back. No lineman got a hold of him on that play.
So B-Loss, a nice pickup on first down as T-Area needs 17 points. They're moving the ball well here on offense in the fourth quarter of play. Second and a long 3, short 4. Directly under center is Lowry. Lowry gives it to Dashel, but the play is going to be blown dead, and we've got another flag. And another false start on T area. TJ, right now that's 10 penalties on T area. And if I had to take a guess, probably 8 of those 10 are false starts.
When you get penalties that often, repeatedly, before the ball's even snapped, it's really difficult for you to put together a strong drive.
That'll move them back to 2nd and 9 here. Clock will continue running, and T area looks halfway content to let that clock run. Down 17 against Yankton. Still not much urgency from the Titans. A little surprised to see here in the fourth quarter. The same set that we've seen pretty much all night as a play action. Lowry's going to loft it up. This one knocked down, swatted down by Miles Drotzman. A great play by the Buck defender. An incomplete pass from Lowry, and right now, Lowry has thrown 6 straight incompletions, 2 of them being intercepted. Score updates around the state in AA action. Huron on top of Mitchell in the fourth quarter, 21-3. Watertown at the start of the fourth quarter, beating Sturgis Brown 29-7, should have a win there. Of course, here tonight, 24-7, Yankton on top of T area in the fourth. Brookings over Douglas 59-8 in the fourth quarter. Sioux Falls Lincoln has taken a commanding lead over Aberdeen Central at half, 44-14, as Lowry takes the snap, hands it off Belos. Belos back up to the 40-yard line where a swarm of Yankton Bucks will bring him down after a pickup of about 5 yards, and that'll make it 4th down. Belos, again, just hard to bring down. It's taken a whole crew. And here's probably the most important score update of the night. Number 4 ranked Spearfish currently leads number 3 ranked Pierre TF Riggs 21-7. Now that game's still in the second quarter, so we'll keep an eye on it. But if Pierre falls to Spearfish, Spearfish could make a jump in AA standings. But right now, Pierre is in that 3 spot right under Yankton. It would help out Yankton a little bit with a Spearfish victory over Pierre TF Riggs. 4th and 5, Dashel Lowry. Quick pass to the far side. This one caught right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be enough for a first down, and they'll move the chains again.
Flag on the play.
But no, we do have a flag. Catch was made by Caden Bonenberger. And on 4th down, it was a first down. Is it on T area, though? We sure think it is, judging by the officials' discussions. And it is an illegal shift on T area. A 5-yard penalty, and now, TJ, that makes it 4th and 10. Much more difficult, and they just got that first down. Under 10 minutes to play here, 24-7. Yankton leads T area at Crane-Youngworth on senior night.
That's a perfect example of what we were just talking about. It could be 1st and 10. Instead, it's 4th and 9.
So T area is going to be forced to go for it yet again.
4th and 10.
4th and 10, Dashel Lowry fakes the handoff, just fires it deep. No one in the area. It falls incomplete, and the Bucks defense comes up with yet again another stop. If they can complete this game and have only given up 14 points in the last 2 games, that defense of Yankton is going to be feeling pretty good entering the final game of the season.
We came into tonight talking about how tough the T defense is, but the Yankton Buck defense is showing them they're pretty strong too.
It has really been the Bucks defense that has kept Yankton on top. It's 24-7, and the Bucks offense will take over from their own 43.5-yard line. Put in motion is Eidsness. Instead, they'll go up the middle with Jay Sidlacek. Sidlacek, patient running, works his way up to the 48-yard line. He'll pick up 4 yards, 2nd and 6. And that's a nice pickup on first down for this Yankton squad, who has been hit and miss on the runs here tonight. And that's really more credit to T Area's defense. A deep set shotgun here for Bestie. Fakes the handoff, Sidlacek fires to the far side. A pass break up there, and a nice defensive effort by Cameron Hillestad. who knocks it out of the hands of Carter Boomsma, who is the intended receiver. 3rd and 6 here for Yankton. They're nearing midfield. Just over 9 minutes to play. And if it's a 3 and out, they're not going to cut much time off of this clock, but they will be able to pin T-Area deep in their own territory. But we'll see if they can get the first here. Tate Bestie drops back. A quick bullet pass. Owen Eidsness. Who else? First down, Yankton. A 9-yard pickup from Tate Bestie to Owen Eidsness. Eidsness now with his 4th catch of the night. Only 45 yards for him, no touchdowns, but a big play there. It keeps the chains moving. Yankton's offense into T-Area territory from the 43-yard line. 2 backs behind Tate Bestie. He'll take the snap and give it to Sedlacek. Plenty of room to go through the middle. Tries getting to the outside, then brings it back into the 23. Jay Sedlacek will pick up 21 yards on the play. And that is far away his longest carry of the night. And TJ, this is when a hard runner really takes his toll on a defense. Those defenders are sick of getting ran into at full speed, and Sedlacek picks up a big one here. 1st and 10 for Yankton, who's moving the ball well. Now in the backfield, Easton Feeser will take his carry, and he'll get up to the line of scrimmage, maybe pick up half a yard, 2nd and long on the way. That is Easton Feeser's first carry of the night. He's also got a fumble that he recovered for a touchdown. Again, didn't play the first few games for Yankton. He'll pick up a yard, 2nd and 9. For Yankton, now just over 8 minutes to play. On their own, or on T-Area's 21-yard line. Into motion goes Boomsma. Play action, Bestie now facing pressure. He'll just be forced to throw this one out of bounds. An incomplete pass there for Tate Bestie. Just a smart decision. His offensive line collapsed. They held up long enough for him to get the play action and drop back. But once he was dropped back, his receivers were covered. Credit to the T-Area secondary. Gave their line enough time. And now we'll have a late penalty called. It'll be holding on Yankton, which will move the football back 10 yards. That is Yankton's 10th penalty. T-Area with 11. So we've got 21 penalties in this game with 8 minutes to play. 2nd and 19 for Yankton from T-Area's 31-yard line. A duo of receivers on each the right and left side for Tate Bestie. Now Carter Boomsma will switch sides as Bestie drops back. Rolls to the far side, tries to step up into the pocket before being thrown down by a sack. Kingston Nyberg comes up big for the T-Area defense and throws down Tate Bestie at the 40-yard line, a loss of 9 to make this 3rd and 28. TJ, we just mentioned 3rd and 31 was about the longest we've seen all year. Well, we got pretty close here again as Bestie is sacked on a 2nd and 19.
I think you can credit the defensive backs with that sack.
Held on for long enough to get pressure. Tate Bestie nowhere to throw that football. 3rd and 28. Tate Bestie fires it. This one nearly picked off. Did Owen Eidsness come up with it? And I think that's going to be a helmet-to-helmet. Up to the 25-yard line. It's a 15-yard completion. And TJ, I think we've got a 15-yard penalty coming up here.
What a catch by Eidsness. We didn't expect that ball to come away in his hands. From this angle, it sure looked like there was no way he could hang on to that.
That one looked like it was going to be picked off for sure, and now we await for the call. This is a huge call. It's either 4th down or 1st and 10 for Yankton's offense. And judging by the reaction on the field and really the hit as Eidsness was sliding, now that was certainly not a malicious hit. That is a tough one as Owen Eidsness is sliding because it's a low ball. Defender's going in. He's making a play on the football. Just unfortunate. It does seem like he made contact helmet to helmet. That would be the 12th penalty to be called against T-Area, and they are going to march the ball 15 yards after the catch. And there it is. 15 yards, that goes against T-Area, and just like that, Yankton gets a 3rd and 28, 1st and 10. Would have been about 4th and 13. Eidsness, I mean, like you said, I don't know how he came up with that. I thought that was going to get picked off and maybe returned had the defender stayed on his feet. Instead, we've got 1st and 10 as the chains aren't set up correctly. They're going to say where they've spotted the ball shows it's 4th down. I don't think that's correct, TJ. It would have been 4th and 13. A 15-yard penalty makes up that yardage.
Correction on the ruling. The line to gain has not yet been met. The line to gain is the 12. The ball will be spotted at the 12 and a half. It's 4th down.
Well, they didn't credit Owen Eidsness with many yards on that catch because they're going to say even after the 15-yard penalty, he's short by a yard. I think he should have had the 1st down by about 2 yards, TJ. I really didn't think it was very close, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt here, as Yankton will be forced with a 4th and 1 situation. What are your thoughts on that one, TJ?
Well, it is hard to believe that a catch that long with a 15-yard penalty doesn't result in a 1st down. But as you said, 3rd and 31, I believe is what it was.
28. And I had Eidsness for a 15-yard catch there, which would make it 13 yards to go. And so since it was a live ball foul, it'll now be 3rd down. Yankton with 2 plays to try and get 1 yard on T-Area's 12-yard line. We're going deep into the rule book here tonight. 3rd and 1, Tate Bestie will move Eidsness from the left to the right side as Jason Lachik goes up the middle, drives forward, a 1st down for Yankton. 1st and goal up to the 9-yard line. A pickup of a few and a big play for Yankton.
You know, Eidsness hasn't been as involved as he usually is with the number of catches, but he sure has the defense attention. A lot of our runs come when he's in motion.
And they are making sure to keep an eye on him. They know he can totally just blow up a game. Here he's in motion yet again, and Jason Lachek up the middle. His feet flew out from under him. He'll pick up a couple 2nd and goal. But here's the thing. It's 24-7, 6.5 minutes to play, TJ. This drive by Yankton, a touchdown here certainly feels like it's the final nail in the coffin.
Really difficult to come back from with this little time. And as difficult as defense has been tonight, it's hard to imagine them coming back with enough scores to catch up.
2nd and goal here for the Bucks. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It's Sedlacek still in as the running back. Tate Bestie takes the snap again, hands it off, and leading with his helmet, there was Jason Sedlacek. Picks up a yard again. It'll be 3rd and goal. And TJ, I'm not sure if you saw the Giants-Eagles game in which Jackson Dart was towards the sideline, jumped forward, led with his helmet. We kind of just saw that there from Jason Lachek, and I'm sure Coach Muth might have a chat with him and say, I love that you like the contact. Let's lead with the shoulder, not the helmet, though. 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line here for Yankton. 3 receivers all to the right, 1 to the left. Tate Bestie will work it from the shotgun. They look to punch it in and seal the deal here. Carter Boomsma moves. Shifts to the left side of his trio of receivers. Bestie looks that direction over to Boomsma. Boomsma can't pull it in, falls incomplete. 4th and goal. And it looked like that was the hot route for Bestie. Didn't really look like he checked out any of the other routes. Probably didn't have enough time there to look at his other routes. But the throw, a pretty good throw, but great coverage by T-Area.
Great coverage by T-Area, but also a great rush from that defensive end. Tate Bestie just did not have very much time to make any decisions.
On 4th and goal, Yankton elects to go for it here. Even if you don't get it, you feel like you've got T-Area on their own 5-yard line. So Bestie will take the snap, a high snap, pulls it in again, goes the same direction, caught into the end zone. Owen Eidsness, touchdown Yankton. Owen Eidsness gets his first touchdown of the night, but touchdown number 10 on the season. He's reached double digits, if you think about that, TJ. 60 points directly from touchdowns caught by Owen Eidsness this year. 30-7, it makes the score. And it does feel like Yankton has officially taken over this game, and it's probably too far in for T-Area to try and make some magic happen. Kevin Ortiz on for the extra point, low snap, but the hold was good, and the extra point good as well. 31-7, Yankton's offense certainly has won the battle over the top-ranked defense of T-Area, but Yankton's defense has really been the story. They've tied T-Area's entire team in points so far, 7-7. We'll take a break. When we return, 5:21 to play here in the fourth quarter of action on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton Streaming on YouTube.
Your local KFC Taco Bell at 2504 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton offers 2 menus combined into one. Something for everyone at KFC Taco Bell. When your family's hungry and can't decide between crispy chicken and mashed potatoes or tacos, burritos, and protein bowls, well, you don't have to choose. Get the best of both worlds in one stop. Cool down with the legendary Baja Blast Freeze or heat things up with a variety of hot sauces. KFC Taco Bell Yankton. Why pick one when you can have both?
31-7 on your Fox stop of Yankton scoreboard. Yankton leads this one big time over T-Area. Both teams came in at 5-2. Yankton's inching closer and closer to a 6-2 record. T-Area would drop to 5-3. But 5:21 to play in this one yet. T-Area to receive this kick. And we get a different formation on their kick return as Lucas Randall is the lone return man. Some miscommunication as it bounces at the 6. Randall picks it up, jukes the first defender, but he's brought down at the 13-yard line. TJ, I mean, I'm not sure what the miscommunication is. If you're Randall, you're the lone return man. If that's anywhere near you, you're running for it.
It was just a couple yards in front of him, which you wouldn't think that your up back would come back to field the ball. You would go up and grab it.
So an odd play, and that'll end up at the 13-yard line for T-Area. That's where they'll start this drive, 1st and 10. And for a team that runs the ball a lot, down 24 with just over 5 minutes to play, probably not an ideal situation. Yankton loads the box here with both linebackers. They'll then drop into coverage. This one nearly picked off, but the catch somehow made for a few-yard pickup. That one caught by Caden Bonenberger. He'll pick up 3 yards, and that's his first catch of the night. TJ, that's another one. Not sure how that one was caught by the offense.
So it just got by Miles Drotzman, and of course he's wearing that club on his hand, so you wonder if that made a difference there.
Drotzman, if he had caught that one, no one was in his way between him and the end zone. Lowry again will drop back to pass. Puts this one in the air. Did it drop, or was that one caught again? He did catch it. It was an awfully low throw, but again, right back to Bonenberger. From the 16, they'll move up to the 34-yard line. A pickup of 18 from Lowry to Bonenberger. And you start wondering, is it Yankton playing prevent defense, or where has this passing game really been for T-Area this game? And we'll stop action again with more laundry on the field. And T-Area will get moved back again. Another false start. Their 13th penalty of the night. Yankton's got 10. That's 23 total in the game. We've certainly seen more. Again, in Huron, it was pacing after the third quarter. It was pacing to have 40-plus penalties. But a penalty-less fourth quarter kept it in the 30s range. Still more penalties than a lot of people care to see. 1st and 15 for T-Area, 4.5 to play here. They trail 31-7. They've got the football on their own 29-yard line. Dashiell Lowry put some air on it, a pretty spiral. This one caught. There is a flag on the play. If this one stands, Yankton gave up a big play up to the 40-yard line. And Cameron Hillestad on the catch, but feels like this one's coming back as T-Area doesn't seem so happy right now, whereas otherwise they had a 20-plus yard pickup. Would have been a catch of, I believe, 30-plus yards. 31 to be exact, and this one's moving back.
Pass interference, offense, number 5. That 15-yard penalty is enforced half the distance to the goal. First down.
And TJ, you don't hear it often, but a offensive pass interference to go against T-Area. That'll be half the distance to the goal, so they'll spot the ball at the 14.5-yard line as they were on their own 29-yard line. It'll go down as a 14-yard penalty here late in the game. We near the 4-minute mark. It is 1st and 30. Lowry just airs it out. Tegan LaCroix inches away from pick number 3 in the game. And, 1st and 30, I feel like you just kind of got to throw it up, right?
And they did, and they're in a difficult position because they had some really nice plays, but 2 penalties in a row marched them backwards. it's hard to put together a nice drive when that's happening to you.
And we've said it a few times, really it has derailed some of their drives. Hard to win games with 14 penalties, but for Yankton, feels like they've got 10 about every week. Last week they had 9. They're at 10 this week. 2 weeks ago had 9. Lowry on 2nd and 30 is going to roll out. Loads up, puts a big arm on this one, but it's still short as a fight for the football falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 30 on the way. And you hear the Yankton crowd, you can't do that. Maybe thought there was another pass interference, but I think it was just a fight for the ball.
Well, Hazelhurst almost came away with that ball, and the receiver had to turn into the defender.
Hazelhurst, if he had pulled it in, would have been interception number 5. And the thing is, he had 4 to start the season, and it's not that he's played worse. Teams actively avoid throwing Cale Hazelhurst's way because he's such a ball hawk. Last year, he led his team in interceptions. This year, he leads his team. Now, Tegan LaCroix has given him a run for his money, now up to 3 on the season. 3rd down, 30 yards needed. And a timeout called by T-Area. It's a Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. And we'll take that break with them and be back in a moment on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Hi, I'm Franny Kiefer with the Yankton School District Alumni Association. We strive to create a community of alumni and friends who support extracurricular and educational opportunities in the Yankton School District through scholarships, grants, innovative education opportunities, and staff appreciation. With us, you will keep connected to a community of Yankton School District alumni and friends all over. You can help continue to pay it forward and help future graduates. Register today at the Yankton School District Alumni Association website.
Your local KFC Taco Bell at 2504 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton offers 2 menus combined into one. Something for everyone at KFC Taco Bell. When your family's hungry and can't decide between crispy chicken and mashed potatoes or tacos, burritos, and protein bowls, well, you don't have to choose. Get the best of both worlds in one stop. Cool down with the legendary Baja Blast Freeze or heat things up with a variety of hot sauces. KFC Taco Bell Yankton. Why pick one when you can have both?
As we return to the field, 3rd and 30 here for T-Area. 4:06 to play in the 4th quarter. Yankton leads it 31-7. It's really been a game that Yankton has controlled from start to finish. Dashiell Lowry again just airs this one out and picked off yet again. Miles Drotzman pulls this one. No, it's Tegan LaCroix. Tegan LaCroix, his 3rd interception of the night, TJ. And he's tied Hazelhurst in interceptions.
And that's the 3rd interception, or that's the 3rd play tonight where we've seen 2 Bucks players fighting for the ball, and Tegan came away with 2 of them.
And you know, Tegan's thinking, I've got 2. Give me this one. I need a 3 interception game. 4 minutes to play. Yankton takes over with the football on T-Area's 47-yard line. It's a run-out-the-clock type of situation here for the Bucks, who have a big lead right now over the T-Area Titans and are getting closer to a 6-2 start. Jason Lachik runs it up the middle. And, well, TJ, a penalty. We've had our fair share of those tonight. Why not have another one here as we just crossed the 4-minute mark? I think this one's on Yankton. And no call yet as the officials are looking to move the ball. And, well, the official thought it was on the defense. He started marching it forward. He's like, wait a second. He said the offense. All right. We'll go the other way. So that one will be a 10-yard penalty on Yankton, their 11th. That is the game's 25th penalty. 1st and 20, 3:54 to play here tonight, as this game is nearly 2.5 hours long so far. And for Yankton, probably just expect 3 straight runs. Jason Lachik back up the middle he goes. Gets forward to the 45, then drives forward up to the 48-yard line. A pickup of 5 to make it 2nd and 15. And as I mentioned, TJ, say now, Jason Lachik maybe had a little bit of a light load here tonight. Well, now in the second half, he's up to 21 carries total, really just didn't have too many in the first half, but the second half, he's gotten his fair share.
And where the yards were a little harder to come by in the first half, it's a little easier this second half.
Has not been stopped at the line of scrimmage yet here for the last 9 carries, whereas it was multiple times in his first 8. Sedlacek, well, feels like an announcer's curse there as he's going to lose a couple yards here. He'll lose 2 on that carry, his 22nd of the night, and that will put the ball at the 46-yard line, 3rd and 17 here for Yankton. But again, under 3 minutes, you're up 24 points, TJ. You probably just run it. Use your play clock, give it back to T-Area, see what they can do with 2 minutes to go. At this point, T-Area really no chance of winning this one. They'll work Bestie from the shotgun, though. A couple of receivers on each side. Boomsma will sprint across. A sweep motion there as Boomsma gets it. Runs it up near the 50-yard line. He runs out of bounds, so the clock will stop. His first carry of the night is good for 7 yards. Carter Brown on the tackle, more so the push, forcing Boomsma out of bounds. Makes it 4th and 13. Yankton an obvious punt situation. They'll give it up to T-Area. T-Area probably going to try and get one final score here tonight. Something to, just work on and keep your head up moving into next week. Villanueva out for the punt. A good snap, nearly affected there as it bounces out around the 22-yard line. T-Area with a 78-yard field and a lot of Crane-Youngworth emptying out as it feels like a certain victory for Yankton. They'll move it all the way up to the 25. It's always hard to tell where it truly went out of bounds and where it lands. Quick score update, Spearfish and Pier in a good one right before the half. Spearfish 21-14 they lead. Out of the shotgun, Dashiell Lowry, a quick pass, caught in the middle at the 31-yard line. Fighting for extra yards, will still be brought down there is Hillestead. He almost had that big play earlier, TJ, but that one was called back after the penalty. It would have been a pickup of 31. Instead, that's his first catch of the night. Dashiell Lowry, another completed pass. Lowry, that pass falls incomplete, looking on the far side of the field. 3rd down here, 4 yards needed for T-Area.
I think that was Talon Kenny getting in and his hands on that pass again. I think that's the 3rd tip for him tonight.
Kenny has had a great night here. Really, you could pick nearly any player on the Bucks defense and say they've had a great night tonight. You give up 7 points to a 5-2 T-Area team, and more likely than not, your entire defense did their part. If the Yankton's offense hadn't scored at all this game, this would be a tie ball game as Dashiell Lowry will just hand it off up the middle. It's a first down for T-Area up to the 40-yard line. Carter Brown will push it, and a pickup there of 9. Carter Brown, his longest of the night. 95 seconds to play. It's 1st and 10 here for T-Area. And now an injured player on the field here for Yankton. And hobbling off the field looks like it is Kylan O'Connor. And just hope he is okay.
O'Connor was late coming in on that play, and as he was just getting into position, the play took off, and he just wasn't set yet.
85 seconds to play in the game now. 1st and 10 here for T-Area. Dashiell Lowry drops back. A pass to the far side of the field off of the hands of Caden Bonenberger. As now that is the 24th pass attempt for Dashiell Lowry. Had under 10 attempts, though, in that first half. Really, it's just been kind of this, we're down 24 points, we need to get something rolling. They don't like throwing the football that much. They'd rather just run the ball, but they've been forced into an uncomfortable situation here. Sioux Falls Lincoln on top of Aberdeen Central 44-14. Brookings on top, or defeated Douglas 59-8. Of course, Yankton on top here 31-7. Another quick pass here. This one caught Randall.
Lowry's pass to Randall is complete.
A pickup of 4 yards there as Randall gets his first catch of the night. We've seen him more on returns and on defense as he had that long return on the interception. And another third down. It could be the final one of the game. Randall, though, did get out of bounds, so 75 seconds yet to play. Huron defeated Mitchell 27-3. Watertown defeats Sturgis Brown 29-15 as well. Dasha Lowry all day to throw as he fires this one well beyond the chains. It's incomplete and 4th down here. Should the Bucks defense get a stop, it'll just be a couple of quarterback knees, and that'll be the ball game here tonight at Crane-Youngworth. Talon Kenny, Miles Drotzman will both sub out, and last second Drotzman will be told to stay in. Looked like it was going to be Braylon Hoover in his place, another senior for this Buck squad. Instead, Drotzman stays out on a 4th and 6 situation. Carter Brown, the running back here, he'll get his name called up the middle. It goes nowhere. He picks up a yard, but it'll be a turnover on downs, and Yankton's offense will take over, and that'll do it here tonight. 66 seconds to play. TJ, all we need is 2 knees here for this Yankton offense, and that will be ball game.
Not quite sure how that play ended, but Jacob Bivens stood up with the football.
And either way, it's a turnover, so Bivens probably would like a fumble recovery added to his stats. We're not really sure. Looked like he was down before the ball was out. Either way, Yankton takes over with the football on T Area's 43-yard line. They are in victory formation as Tate Bestie will take the snap, drops to a knee. 2nd and 11, and we'll just need one more snap, and this game will be over. Now, Tate Bestie, only 3 rushing attempts in this game, 2 of which were quarterback kneels. Earlier in the season, we saw Tate Bestie running the football a lot more. Now he's more comfortable in the pocket, and that's just what we've seen. The longer you play and get comfortable in that pocket, the more you're willing to just sit back, let your routes develop, and fire it. He'll take the final snap here and lose 1 more yard. So 4 carries for a total of 1 yard there for Tate Bestie. As that wraps up our game here tonight at Crane-Youngworth. The Yankton Bucks defeat the T-Area Titans with a score of 31-7. The Bucks are 6-2 and 1 step closer to getting home field advantage throughout the playoffs. T-Area now at 5-3 on the season, and the trouble for them is they've got a AAA team waiting for them next week in Sioux Falls, Washington. Sioux Falls, Washington, one of the has been more in the middle of the standings for AAA, but again, we've talked about how those AAA and AA differences can be huge, and T-Area is going to have a tough one next week. For Yankton, they take on Mitchell on Thursday. In that, if they get a win, they should solidify a top 2 seed. Looks like Huron, if they win next week, is probably going to be the number 1 seed in AA. Huron didn't have to play a AAA team, though, so a slightly beneficial schedule as Yankton takes care of business. We'll take our final break of the night here coming up, our First Dakota National Bank post-game show. We'll have our final stats. We'll have our chat with one of the assistant coaches here and what's coming up for the Yankton Bucks. We'll be back in a moment on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Welcome to JR's Oasis, your one-stop food and gas shop. Proud to serve Phillips 66 regular, premium, and diesel fuel. After fueling, go inside for slushies and shakes, ice cream cones, and now offering a full line of healthy, chilled items and snacks. JR's hot menu is great for breakfast, lunch, and supper, featuring the famous Hammer Breakfast Sandwich and fresh hand patty burgers. Try the new Cafe Tango frozen coffees for that extra boost of deliciousness. JR's Oasis, East Highway 50, Yankton.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family-run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
should have had those brakes checked. At Graham Tire, it's all about safety. Tire mounting, balancing, wheel alignment, and shocks and struts and batteries, oil changes, and lube service. Graham Tire does these every day. And there's over an acre of tires. Graham Tire has them all, big and small. Tires for cars, trucks, campers, trailers, big rigs, and tracks. Honesty and integrity is a matter of pride since 1951. Graham Tire, Yankton.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermilion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
Imagine working for a successful global business with customers in 140 countries. That's Vishay Intertechnology, a Fortune 1000 maker of electronic componentry. Now imagine a company of that size with that kind of stability and a caring family-like environment. Learn more about what you can do at Vishay by visiting VishayCareers.com. Vishay is an equal opportunity employer. Vishay, the DNA of tech.
There's a whole new world out there. It's called the off-road, and it's waiting to be explored in a Polaris. So gear up to make every moment count with the Polaris off-road vehicle. The new Polaris models are now available at Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. No matter the weather, get ready to tackle all the trails. With machines like these, your world just gets bigger. Stop in at Stockman's Motorsports today to learn more about the epic new Polaris off-road lineup.
Back on the field for the final time, I'm Zac Spear alongside TJ Stoach as the Yankton Bucks come up with a 31-7 victory over the T-Area Titans as we enter our First Dakota National Bank of Yankton halftime show, or post-game, excuse me. First Dakota National Bank of Yankton has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey with 2 locations, downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. Your final stats from the individual leaders of the team. For T-Area, Hayden Belos with 15 carries, 142 yards, and a touchdown. Cade Korleski, 15 attempts, 55 yards. Carter Brown, 8 attempts, 19 yards. And Dashel Lowry, 5 carries for 15 yards. Dashel Lowry throwing the football was 7 of 27, 4 interceptions, 0 touchdowns. Catching the football for T-Area, Cade Korleski, 3 catches, 52 yards. Cameron Hillestead, 2 catches, 23 yards. And Caden Bonenberger and Lucas Randall each with 1 catch and 4 yards. We'll continue with the Bucks stats after our interview here. If you don't mind introducing yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Topel here, defensive backs coach for the defense.
And Coach Topel, I mean, another defensive masterpiece that your team put out on the field. Back-to-back weeks of giving up only 7 points. I mean, what was it that just worked so well? 3 interceptions as well, or 4, interceptions.
Yeah, the big thing with this group is, they're extremely athletic, very experienced, and, you just let players play. That's the big thing. You got to make it simple for them, make it simple so they don't have to overthink, and it's just them and the dude across from them. In this scenario, these last few weeks especially, they've just stepped up to the plate and they've been able to just crush it.
And we mentioned those interceptions. Tegan LaCroix with 3 interceptions. There was about twice, though, where it was kind of a fight for the football between the Bucks. You got to think by that third one, Tegan's thinking, I need this because I need a 3-interception game. I mean, what a game from him.
Yeah, the thing that's difficult with T, he's such a great athlete. You can plug him in anywhere. with Miles Drotzman, he at least has, the excuse of only having one hand playing, so we can forgive him. But those 2 drop passes, we're going to remind Tegan of that a lot more in this 3 interceptions, make him better, of course. But he's a competitor, and, he's only going to build off of that. But again, he's a kid he can put in any position. I'd be surprised if we see him at quarterback here in a couple weeks, whatever. But kid's a phenomenal athlete, and again, you just let him play his game. He's going to do great things.
In T area, a team that only gives up 11 points per game, and that's to mention their offense has given up multiple touchdowns. Their defense gives up about 9 points per game, and your offense put up 24 points against them. I mean, how does it feel to go against arguably the best defense in AA, if not the Bucks defense, and come out with some points like that?
What's great about this T team, I mean, they are a, jack of all trades, but definitely, a master of that 3-man front. And against us, they made us play our game. They started pressing our receivers right away. They challenged us, and, they found out real quick that we've got a lot more than just Owen Eidsness at receiver. Carter Boomsma, just another phenomenal athlete, took advantage of that press coverage, able to get over the top, and, we had plenty of other opportunities. Kale getting involved. We were able to spread the ball out very nicely and get that. And then again, Jay Sedlacek is just... He is a bruiser, and I don't know how he wakes up Saturday morning and is able to move, because that kid takes a lot of hits for some really tough yards.
He certainly does. We pointed out on one of the 2nd and goal down here, he kind of just jumped forward with his helmet, and I thought, well, coaches might have a word about leading with the helmet, but, it's if it gets you yards, right?
Exactly. And the thing, too, is, he's like a secret genius as well. As one of the people are saying, he's like one of the highest math scores on some test or whatever. But, he's such a quiet kid. You couldn't tell just by, being around him. But, again, smart kid. You give him the ball, he's going to do what he has to do. And, sometimes he's going to put his body on the line.
And now coming up, you wrap up your regular season against Mitchell. A win probably gives you a top 2 seed, which would be home field advantage throughout the playoffs. What are you looking to see from the Colonels?
With Mitchell, I mean, it's, as they used to say in the water boy, end of the year, can't hold anything back. And with Mitchell, their record says one thing, but they're a tough team. I mean, they're on the up and up, and they're playing really well. Playing number 1 Huron, and, I think it was only, their defense did quite well. Their offense was able to get it put together, but, they were only a 1 score away from beating T not too long ago. So, again, you cannot sleep in this Mitchell. You can't sleep on any opponent, especially in AA this year. I mean, it's just an open race at this point. So we're going to go into it the same mindset that we have all year. We learned our lessons against Sturgis, and with these guys, they hold that in the back of their mind, and hopefully that's the momentum we need and just that motivation we need going forward.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time. We really do appreciate it. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. Take care, guys.
Again, that was Coach Topol, the defensive backs coach of Yankton. Now to your final stats for Yankton. Jay Sedlacek with 22 rushing attempts, 73 yards, 1 touchdown. Easton Fieser had 1 carry, 1 yard. Owen Eidsness had a carry for a loss of 2. And Tate Bestie, 4 carries, 1 yard. Again, though, 3 of those quarterback kneels. Catching the football, Owen Eidsness ended up with 6 catches, 67 yards, and a touchdown. Carter Boomsma with 4 catches, 119 yards and a touchdown. Cale Hazelhorse, 4 receptions, 73 yards. Abel Bryan, 2 receptions, 16 yards. And 4 interceptions. Tegan LaCroix, 3 interceptions. Carter Boomsma, an interception. Edley Amaro got a sack. And Easton Fieser had a fumble he recovered for a touchdown. TJ, a great game, and they've got 1 game left on the season. How would you like to see them close out the season?
Well, as Coach just pointed out, you don't sleep on anybody, so you go into this last game of the season playing your game plan. But at the same time, you take this opportunity to rest up a little bit and really get ready for those playoffs.
Next week, the Yankton Bucks take on the Mitchell Colonels. That will be again on Thursday, this upcoming Thursday at 7 o'clock. We'll have pregame at 6:30, and that'll be all on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton Streaming on YouTube. For the final time tonight, I'm Zac Spear for TJ Stotes. Have a great rest of your night, and go Bucks.
This has been a presentation of Yankton Bucks football on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton Streaming on YouTube. Brought to you by our corporate sponsor, First Dakota National Bank of Yankton, and the following Sportscaster Club members: Midwest Insurance Agency, Murph's Appliance, Yankton Thrive, Stockman's Motorsports, Les Schwab Tires, MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency, Linda's Angel Crossing, Hy-Vee, Boss's Pizza and Chicken, Bechet, Elwood Dental,
Ravin Books,
Floor Tech Cleaning and Restoration, Angela's Mexican Store, Yankton Rexall, KFC Taco Bell, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Dragonfly, Slumberland, Larry's Heating and Cooling, America's Best Realty, Larson Carpet, Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, Kaiser Heating and Cooling, Yankton Medical Clinic, All Seasons Power Sports, Winston Ray Funeral Home and Cremation Service, JR's Oasis, Intech Cleaning and Restoration, The Bone Setter, Kalen's Indoor Comfort, Triple Time Rudy's, Farmers Union Insurance, Meridian Photo, Graham Tire, Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts Yankton, and H&H Roofing. For everything Yankton Bucks football, tune in to Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton Streaming.